Digital business is a business. It's like saying I want to be a lawyer and then you are mad because you didn't make money as a lawyer in 6 months. That's the way it appears to me, because I've been there. If you check our blog now, I'll be surprised if you don't have at least 20 blogs posted on Linda Ikeji. Go and check it. Every day. And then you monetize it. Then you learn how to get traffic to your blog, which is really what we are teaching you, to get people to go and read your blog. Some guys on Twitter, they tweet like this, they have 100,000 people responding to them, 50,000 people responding, but they have no money. Because nobody's taught them that that's a wrong approach. But a lot of people don't see that. On this accountability thing, very few people do what is expected, but people do only what is expected. The one-on-one coaching, $10,000 for 60 days. And it's what is weight in gold. People pay me that. I myself, I'm going to pay somebody 50K. You know why? Because I know that's my missing link. I know that if I can get somebody to make me follow my program, there's no reason why I should not be doing $100,000 a month. When you have a 50 million unemployed, you don't go into programs that require so much technical knowledge before they can become self-employed. You want to go into a quick, let's go, stop.
Yes.
There's nothing you want to learn. If you are really feeling very bad about your poverty, you go to the internet, 10 ways I can make money online. They will tell you. You pick one of them, apply those first principles.
Doctor, I've read a lot about you.
Yes.
I've seen a couple of articles, the companies you run, the businesses you do today, the impact you're making. In fact, one of things they wrote there is that you and your friends step out to help other people to even achieve these goals. Doctor, where were you born and how does that include to what you're doing today, sir?
Where was I born? Well, I was born in Fadeyi. When I named myself the mayor of Fadeyi, people thought I was just joking. I actually grew up in Fadeyi area of Lagos.
Okay.
In a face-me environment. It's a building where you have 10 rooms on this side, 10 rooms on the other side, and they actually face themselves. But we were also king at that time because my own family, we had a room and parlor. Every building has a room and parlor, so we had the one, and everybody. So it was an interesting upbringing. Let me put it that way. When you are poor, but you are not aware that you are poor. Okay, I can't remember if there was anything I lacked, even though. We were put to the point where me and my senior brother would exchange uniforms. We only had one between us that we exchange. Is in the morning, then I would go somewhere. We call it Ijaoye, which is close to our street. We lived in Bobi Sabe. So I would stop and then we change uniforms. I'm in the afternoons, in the morning, and then we share the same uniform for two semesters. But the truth is, I never felt poor. I never felt poor until I started living among the rich people.
Is it that your parents were inspiring people to go for it, or?
Not really necessary. When in the Fadeyi of those days, I don't know what it is now, everything was self-contained in the sense that the parents in the area, they're very involved in your upbringing. We have a woman we call Mama Dean. You do something wrong, she will flog the hell out of you, and your father comes, you can't even report because your father will beat you more. So everything was involved, and the people around me, the people I was growing up with, I don't see them having stuff that I don't have. So I really didn't feel like I missed anything, unless when we're coming back from school, we see those schools. There's a school, a nursery school, close by our Lagos City Council School, which is the one I went. And the only thing I remember is that we used to take turns to beat those kids. For no reason, we just beat them up because they have a swing and we don't have a swing. Okay, but so the nursery school kids that their father bring to school with cars and all that. So we finish before them, then we stand in front of their gate as they're coming like this. We just start to beat them for no reason, because when I had to ask them, why do we beat these kids? I guess it's some kind of frustration that they're enjoying the kind of life that we are not enjoying. But to be honest with you, I did not grow up feeling poor. I want to be very honest about that. Even though my father was just a civil servant, he did his best. To his knowledge, we didn't even have a TV until I was like, I don't know, 13 or 14 during the Doji Awards, when they gave, about 12, when they gave all these civil servants a big payout, and my dad finally bought a TV. All of us used to go to the neighbor's house. That's number one. We are number 3. There was a number 1 resident that had a TV, so that's where all of us would gather in the evening to watch the TV. But the truth is, even then, I really never got the impression, or maybe I've forgotten, that we were poor. I was not bitter. I was not angry. I was not like I should know. All of that started when we moved to Festa, which was supposed to be a step up
Yeah.
See, we moved when I was in my class 5, my final year in the secondary school. My father got an allocation to Festa, which is 1980, okay, which is the year I actually finished secondary school. So, and I saw a whole new world really, because when we were getting into Festa, it was like I was entering London. I don't know what Festac has become, but all the street lights were working. I saw paved roads, and it was in the evening because he came to pick me in Friday after I'd come back from school. They had already moved, so my dad came to pick me specifically. So when we came down, I'm like, this must be London everywhere. And then we had a 2-bedroom flat at that point in a 16-flat building. And from somebody who grew up, we were 10 in the two, in that face me, I face you building that I grew up in a Gobi Sabe in Fade. There was 2 rooms. Of course, my mommy and daddy, they took the parlor, the bedroom. So the parlor is where all of us sleep. We had 6 children, and we had 2 relatives, cousins staying with us. So 8 of us, we stay in that small room. So imagine moving from there to a 3-bedroom, well, actually 3-bedroom flat inside a building in Festac. It was like heaven, because now me and my brother now had a room to ourselves.
Wonderful.
Okay, and then the other 4 are in the other room, and daddy, of course, took the 3rd room. And it was then I started to notice that there was a really big difference between us and then those who had houses. And I had friends among them. You know, when we go to their house and you see them watching video. And so I started, that's when I started really feeling that I lacked. It was ironic because we had made a major step up, but then I was not feeling that I was poor. Because after like about 2 weeks of getting to know the area and knowing the other guys, and you know, even then I really didn't get any hunger to be rich or to be successful. That was a hilarious story that when I tell it, people don't believe, but it's the true story. Okay. So at all this point, yes, I knew we were poor or not as well off as the others, but it didn't bother me.
Yes.
Because I was still killing it in school. I was still coming first, and in fact, it was at that point it became a badge of honor for me to beat all those rich kids in class. It was personal for me. I have to dominate. So, but even then, that's where it ended, just to show that, I guess now in retrospect, you can say it's inferiority complex, if you want to put it that way. But I just saw it that, okay, so your father has a car, F you, I will beat you. So I was very, very competitive. That, especially when it comes from somebody who I believe is in a better position than me. And that competitiveness really stuck. Then something strange happened. I didn't get competitive. I didn't have dreams of being rich, to be honest with you. Even in the university when I was studying law, it was just passing rites of passage. Okay, I'm going to become a lawyer and I'm going to be okay. But I never had dreams of being rich. I never had ambition of making money. The only thing is I want to come first. Anything I do, I want to win. If it's Scrabble, if it is read a book, if it is run on the field, I know I don't like to come second. But at that point, it never translated to wanting to be rich. Okay. That came when we had already graduated. I'd already finished law school, right? It was the first year. No, I was in law school. My best friend then, his name is Kyle, and he had this old car from his dad, an Opel record that the father has driven for like about 25, 30 years. And then he put on the Odo, as they call it. So when we graduated, we decided to rehabilitate it. Rehabilitate the vehicle. Yeah. So and we are now driving around. We are now feeling cool now. He grew up in Ikoyi. His father was a director of FRCN. So they were generally well off. But then the father now gave us the car. Okay, and then we went to buy stuff and fix it and rehabilitated it, but it was still a junky car, but we are very proud of it. So we now went to the birthday party of another of my very good friends. His name is Miwa Mole, okay, very close friend to me then from Ife, right? It was his sister was having a birthday, okay? So we now went to that birthday party, and it was like, I mean, we were feeling very cool in our old Ofe record. Then something that transformed my life happened. It was funny. Okay. So in that place, I'd met the person that is now my wife, by the way, Olunika Ajeko at the party, and I basically toasted that the way young boys do, okay, that okay, after this party, we're going to go to Lord's. It was the nightclub that was raining then. So he had a friend. Of course, that's the way it always was. Me and Kayode are together. So his friend was fair game. So Kayode also toasted the friend. So all of us have agreed that we're going to move to nightclub after the party. So as the party ended, we're about to enter our Fokpawa we call it Fokpawa that time. Our fair record, feeling very cool. Then, true story before God, in came the Tejo Show boys. There were two of them. I can't remember which one is their name. We are never close and we will never be close because I'm still bitter. So they all rode in a brand new BMW. I mean, Shara one. So unfortunately for me, one of them knew the friend of Nike.
Oh.
Okay. So they just hollered at her and then they went to talk. And then the next thing I know, the friend came back, her name was BC, came back and said, those are my friends, we would like to go with them to the party. Now, she came to that party with a friend, that's Nikki, that became my wife later. So she too now apologized, that well, this, and then they left us. They were already opening my car. I was almost closing the deal. They had opened the car before those useless boys came. So they took the girls. And something happened. So my friend was very bitter. Initially, I wasn't very angry. I was upset that I almost closed the deal. At that point, it has not yet become personal.
Yeah.
But in the car on the way home, my friend was, this is what I'm telling you. That we have to be rich, okay? That it is because we are not rich that these people took our babes like that. All of a sudden, these are babes we just met. They are now our babes. So I was like, it's like, don't mind them. It's because of their father's car. Their father is rich. I said, but you two, you are driving your father's car now. What is the problem? So we quarreled on the way home. But when we got home, I started to think about it. That meant this is chancing, man. And then I tried to think because I really, really felt, I guess it was destined that I would end up marrying the lady because later, because I felt such an instant kinship with the girl. And I'm like, so they just took this girl like this because I don't have money. So we talk all night that whatever it takes, we have to be rich. And since that day is when I then developed like an insatiable, maybe I finally got over it when I turned 40. But from that time, we are barely in our 21, 22 level. I had this insatiable urge that I have to make money. Thank God I never came across 419 guys. Probably I could have easily become a 419 guy. I could have easily done ritual. I was that desperate. How can? But God has a way of working his own thing out. So I developed the fire for making money that day. And maybe now I don't have that fire anymore, but it served me right because then you are very focused, you take everything serious, and then God honored it, is what I also teach people. When you have this burning desire, God will create a way for you. Okay. Less than 9 months after that, I got a job that more or less set me up for life. I got a job as a group managing director of International Funding Group purely on a misunderstanding. The person, see, I'm taking too long on this answer. Maybe I'll leave it there. I was in Atto Anderson, probably the best job I ever got. I was just a management trainee, right? So my boss of blessed memory, Sheyi Bikestet, he was a partner in my law firm, right? He just came in one day and said, you this Ope Banwo, you're always talking about out of God. I had a sharp mouth even then. So I will not let anybody rest. It's like, yeah. So he said, I always talk as if you know everything. Okay, take this. He then gave me a brief. Apparently they were bidding to what do they call this thing now? To reorganize the IMB. It was the blue building by the Bar Beach. They've broken it down now. Okay. It was the hottest international merchant bank then. It's called IMB. This is maybe 1991, maybe. Okay, so he said I should go and write up to reorganize the bank. They were struggling then. I was just a management trainee. I was not an officer. I was not an assistant manager. I was not a manager. I was not a partner. It was my second year. I've not even been promoted. Wow. It was supposed to be first promotion supposed to happen that year. So I then went, and this is one thing I want people. I like when I do these interviews. The takeaways is that when your boss or anybody gives you anything to do, you want to do it with all your power, whether they're paying you or they're not paying you, whether the person is chancing you or whatever, as long as it's an assignment you chose to do, do the best. I killed that assignment because I wanted to impress my partner. Okay. So I went to Unilag. There was no phone or anything that time. I went to Unilag library and I started. It took me a week and I submitted a 43-page report to reorganize IMB. I myself, like I said, was a first-year to understand guy. Going to my second year, I didn't have a master's then. I only had my law degree and managed to wangle my way into to understand them. So, to fast forward, I submitted normally in to understand when you write a report, you put your name at the end. So I put my name Ope Banwo, obviously, that's how it's normally done. But me, I didn't know that Sheyi just took the thing. We call him Sheyi, he's my boss, so my partner is dead now. So my partner just took that thing and submitted it as a bid for IMB job. I think then maybe they bidded 600,000, I don't know. But all I knew was that the highest next bidder bidded a third of what they bidded. That was Price Waterhouse, right? And then they got the job. Now, when they got the job, I was too low in totem pole. Yeah, there was celebration in the office, popping champagne and all of that stuff. But nobody told me it was my proposal that got the job. When they also picked the team that will work on the job, I don't even qualify to be on the team, even though I wrote the proposal, right? Anderson has the topmost level of talent in those days. Even now, I'm sure, because the standard is pretty high. So they want to do the job. They selected an 8-man team to go execute the job. I wasn't even involved. So, but I didn't even know I was even instrumental at all. I didn't know anything about that. Nobody was going to talk to me like that. I'm just a small boy. So fast forward to 1 year after that day. This had happened just before. Yes, I was just working at Anderson when we made the naked and so it was right after service. So I'm in my office like this. I was in my office in Anderson. Then a call came, and that call is from Musiba Osoni. You guys will know Musiba Osoni because not be your age mates. So, but it's the equivalent of saying Mike Adenuga now. He was like the hottest guy in the finance circuits then. He was the former MD of the IMB, International Merchant Bank, that bank that the blue building on Marina. He was the MD when all those biddings were done and we won. So he had now left IMB to start his own group of companies, a PLC, 5 companies, International Funding Group, International Funding Securities, International Funding Trading and all that, 5 companies under one group head, International Funding Group. So he had started and he was looking for a group managing director to run the whole company for him. And the man has fallen in love with Dr. Anderson because we have some swagger. So swagger in those days, an intelligent voice. You have a swagger, but you can back it up. So that was Dr. Anderson of those days. I don't know about now. I've not really checked them out, but I hear they're also doing great now. So all of a sudden, I'm in the reception. And then they said, I have a phone call. They came to call me in the hall. So I went to the reception. And then they said, Musiba Osoni wants to talk to me. Now, you have to understand that feeling. It's like, I don't know how old are you now?
I'm 32.
Okay, it's like them saying, that's even too much. It's like them saying, Makadenuga wants to speak to you now. You're a first-year worker. I was 25 or something. So we look at Musiba Osoni as like a kind of God in the industry, not the level of even our own partners that is senior to them. Yeah. So I pick up the phone, and it was him. So he started talking. He told us about he's now resigned from IMB, he's now setting up his own shop, blah, blah, blah. But he wants to give you the coloration of Ato Anderson. He knows that you guys are the best, blah, blah, blah. And that he's decided that he was going to hire me as the group managing director, sight unseen.
Wow.
Now, you have to understand again. I was a management trainee in Ato Anderson. I was not an officer, yet I was not an assistant manager, I was not a manager, I was not a senior manager, I was not a partner. I was like 7 rungs from partner.
Wow.
And I had only 1 suit. I think that suit was like your own that time. Obey the suit. So I think your suit is fine. I had only 1 faded suit that I used to wear. So when the man was talking, I thought there must definitely be confusion here.
Yeah.
But sometimes being able to keep quiet is actually as virtue, and I'm not the guy that would normally keep quiet like that. I would have interrupted, but for some reason, I was so stunned when he said he wants to hire me as group managing director. I didn't know what to say. For the first time in my life, I was just in shock. The man then, my salary then at Anderson was 26,000 naira a year in 1991. 26,000 naira a year, and it's not as big as bank, but it's the highest among consulting firms in Nigeria at that time. Okay, so I was paid 2,000 plus a month. That was my salary, right? Now it may look small, but it's not really small in context, in the sense that with that, within a year, you can actually buy an old B2. I did buy one, right? So I kept quiet. Then the man thought that, then he offered, he said the salary will come with, the salary is 260,000. I remember exactly, because it was exactly times 10 what I was making then. That's going to be $260,000 naira a year. It's going to come with official car. It's going to come with official house. Me, I was still sharing an apartment with my two friends. Okay, so in Adebola Street. So I'm like, I didn't even say okay. That was be like, I was like just quiet. So the man thought, he now said, I know you are not understanding person, and that they're going to go do a startup is very risky. That most, because we know they train us all of this stuff, that startups have less than 30% success rate, no matter how good it is. So I know that's what you are thinking. I'll make a deal that I will put 1 year's salary in escrow for you. That if the company collapses anytime within the next 1 year, or I have to fire you, or you want to resign, you can take that 250,000 gratis. I will give it to you. Then you place it in escrow account in your bank.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I was beyond stunned. Now maybe I'm over it. Now that this is over 30-something years now, 35 years plus.
Yes.
So he now said I should see him the next day. And of course, when I went back to the hall, I announced to the people that I just spoke to Muslims. They say, UK, Uber monkey. So of course, everybody was laughing at me that is a joke, that the man probably is confused. So I went the next day with my Obey the Wind suit. I had only one suit then, and I was like this. They used to call me Stingo. I was skinnier than you then. So I got in there, and then I sat at the reception. As a matter of fact, one of the things I remember is that there were like 8 or 9 people in the reception bidding for the job of group managing director that he has advertised. Our current minister of finance was one of those guys that I saw at the reception. Wow. He was like 2-3 years. It's not as if he was even very big himself then, but was like manager level in the finance company level. Yes, yeah, but me like 3 rungs below him. So I'm not going to say we are mates. We are not mates. He was senior to me, but he was right there, and a few other guys. So me, I just sat down, and then the secretary, his name is Dayo. Dayo now called Moss. We call him Moss, Musiba Sonny now. That the Mr. Ope is here. So the man came out. Then he walked around, everybody knew it was a big reception. Everybody was seated, he knows they were there. But apparently it was me he was waiting for. So he was going, looking at them, he shook hands with a few that he knew very well. So then he came back he passed me. He didn't even shake hands with me, he didn't even talk to me. He passed me, then he asked that, but I thought you said, Mr. Ope is here. And I said, yeah, but that's him. So Moss look at me, head to toe, and then he burst out laughing. Like, get out of here. You are Ope Banwo. I say, yes, sir. At this point, I'm shaking. So I say, come. And if you know him, he's a crazy guy. I probably picked that up from him. He's my very first mentor. He makes decisions like that, and he goes. You know. So when we got to the office, you are awfully young to be a partner in Ato Anderson. I say, partner, K.
Not even manager.
Say, daddy. I didn't say daddy. I just say, sir, I'm a management trainee. Then he got more confused. Then he opened his drawer. And he said, did you write this? He gave me that proposal that I had written a year before.
Wow. With all your heart.
Yes. He said, did you write this? Even me, I didn't even remember how many proposals we don't write as a boy. The boss, or guys would just come, give you proposal to write and disappear. So I was flipping through it. In fact, I didn't even still get it until I got to the end and I saw my name. Then I flipped back. Then I remembered that this was a proposal I wrote for IMB. That my partner Sheibike State told me to. I said, wow, that he has never seen a more written critical analysis kinikon of a bank. Meanwhile, I knew nothing about bank then. It was just research. I've never worked in a bank before then. It was just research, carry this book, carry that book, and combine the OT and all of that at Anderson style and get it. I said, wow. I said, guess what? That he has prayed about it. And that even Alafa, you call them Alafa, is a Muslim. So apparently he's carried my name to the Alafa guys. And they have prayed and they said, that is a good guy to hire. So it's a luck. Then there was a paper on his table. Can never forget, on the left-hand side. Then he flipped it over. He had already tapped my letter of employment before I got there with the check for escrow already attached. Then he just signed it. And then he handed it to me. As I was about to take it, he said, hold on, there's only one condition. That I know you are not qualified for this job now. This is way, way, way over your pay grade, but you got the job. And I'm not going to do it for you. So you're going to figure out how you're going to go from management trainee to group managing director in the next few months. Because I wanted a group managing director that will do all the work. I just want to stay home, come to the office once or twice a week, and things are working. And then he gave me the thing, and he said, good luck, took me down. There was a brand new car waiting.
Same day.
Yes. They already had it prepared. It was a white, I forgot, it was one of those hottest cars that time, but it was white. Can't remember the name now. Right there. I went in there with a bus. From Anderson to, it was one place in VI, not too far from us. And I came back to the office with a brand new car driver. The place scattered. So my point, what I took away from that, before we move on, it's a long story to go to all of this. I didn't forget Nickel.
Yes,
we started with that with Nickel. So they took my babe, because I want the Tejo Show guys to know that I got the girl finally. I'm still that petty about the matter. Even though the Tejo Show guy is much richer than me now, but I don't care. I got the girl. So what happened was that as I don't got the job, of course, I don't want to go to all the story about those who say don't take the job, my father, everybody, and all of that stuff. But my best friend, Cardiani, assured me, say, forget that one. Take the job. Then go fire after 3 months. You already have 250,000 in the bank. So even if you for work for 1 year, because that's like 10 years your salary right now.
Yes.
So you have nothing to lose. So he analyzed it for me like that. But let's go. Of course, so I went in there, and of course, he became the first MD I hired of the subsidiary. So I had to hire all the subsidiary MDs. But anyway, before we go back to that, so when we have hired, now the subsidiary MDs now have to hire their own staff, because I had gone back to Anderson and hired my own managers to come and be MDs of the subsidiaries. Because I don't know how to run a company. I've never run one, but I know they will know. So I went there and I offered everybody double salary, because the man gave me free hand, pay whatever you want. So I then raided at Anderson for the group, 5 group managing directors, 4 of them. I took the 5th one, right? So they were recruiting their own staff. And guess who came in applying to be a secretary in one of the companies? My babe, yes! So she came in, applied, and of course, before they hire, they have to bring the person to me just to site. After the MD has made a decision, they have to take it to the group office for me to sign off. You know, typically I just sign. I don't care, because these are my own bosses. Remember, when they said they've decided, I don't query them. I was still not used to the authority of group managing directors, so I defer to all of them. So they brought him. I can't remember which one of the group subsidiary brought. Said, we're satisfied with this lady for the secretary for our company. So me, I didn't even look up much. I'm very bad with recognition. I looked at her. I really didn't recognize her. Wow. So me, because I didn't even look properly. That time I was too busy. There was everybody everywhere. So me, I collected the letter. And as I was about signing off my own side, then I noticed the way the girl was looking at me. You know how he was a bad guy. Yes, but this was not, it's not like the girl was shadowing me, let me put it that way. Yes. But it was not the kind of shadow where a girl is admiring you. It's like a kind of knowing smile. Or like, you want to now pretend you don't know me, that type of smile. So I'm like, do I know you? Should I say, yeah, that her name is Olunike Olunloyo. Oh. I'm like, fuck you. so I don't have to wait. Then I ran out to my best friend's office. That's Kennedy. Okay, that girl has shoot though. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I told her straight up, the Nigerians get away with murder. Say, we are going out this weekend and you are going to bring down your friend. Our plan was that we are going to mess them up. We are young. Okay? Say, okay, so these guys that abandon us for all those stupid rich boys, we'll deal with them. So we'll take them to club, we'll buy drinks, everything, then we'll run away. And then we'll leave them there. That was supposed to be the plan. But God had a different plan. To cut the long story short, she's been my wife now of 31 years or something. Wow. 32 years this year, and 4 great kids. So that's a long story. Background, no more background story. Let's go to business.
When someone becomes this big, there's usually misunderstanding. People misunderstand one thing or the other about you. What do you think people misunderstand about you in business or in your personal life?
That's a very tough question. I think most people who know me, or who don't know me, let me put it that way, they think I'm all about the money. They think I'm all about a hardcore capitalist. But those who really know me will know that that's not true. And as strange as it may appear to people, which is part of my fault that we might cover later, is that I don't think money first. I have an idea, it occurs to me, then I just start doing it. I may already be in it halfway before I'm start thinking, how will I make money from this idea? Yet, people have this misconception that I'm this capitalist shark. I'm not denying that I'm a capitalist. I am a capitalist. Okay. But I don't think, when an idea occurs to me, I don't first think, I want to make money. Of course, at the end of the day, when as I'm doing it and I'm enjoying it, now it's occurring to me, okay, can I make money with this? And then, sometimes, it then becomes difficult to be able to switch for it to become a profitable venture. Sometimes you are able to switch easily. Sometimes as you switch, people that who are used to you doing it free without looking for money, now they get upset. Okay, so for me, that is number one misconception. And then I don't think there are too many misconceptions about me out there. Whatever you see, the good, the bad, and the ugly, mostly, I think it's true. Okay, maybe there might be a little misconception, but from some who probably didn't know the full story, who might feel that maybe one of the companies I did work with, like a Dove Media, that maybe I mismanaged the company. But that is a misconception. Those who are aware, those who are involved, they really know what happened and they know that that's nothing like that. But generally, I'm not the kind of guy that will whine and say, hey, people are lying about me. Listen, all of us have the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there is hardly any smoke without fire. So I've learned to take it in stride, you know. Yes, there's always going to be exaggerations in everything. Take what I'm doing now, the Fish for Life event, right? I budgeted $100,000 for it. It may sound like, oh, it's exaggerating. No, I'm not. If you start to calculate the kind of money, knowing what I've done, what it cost, right? But I got a call just 3 days ago from some girl. I don't want to mention her. I've told her I'm going to take her public, but I realized that might be petty. I don't need to put a target on her back. And then she writes me, when I was doing this thing, I didn't ask for anybody to donate money to me. Because I know it can be misconstrued. I've seen even my own friends, when I try to feed the widows during the COVID, you know, and I say, I want to feed 5,000 widows. And I just decided from the top of my head, 5,000. I didn't calculate the price before I started. When I figured it out, I said, Lord, I said, okay, let me see if I can reach some of my friends who can chip in. I wanted to give every one of them enough money to feed them for a week. That was supposed to be the project. All right? So one of my very close friends, the minute I called him, he said, which scam have you started again? And that's one of my closest guys. Wow. So I got mad. In fact, we ended up not talking for a few years. We only started talking this year because I got so mad. That why must you think I'm trying to make money trying to feed the widows? So I've learned from that because of people's mind, because a lot of people cannot see themselves doing some of the crazy stuff I do, it's better not to ask for their money. Yeah. If I can't fund it myself, I don't want to do. Okay? So I learned from that. So then I went and raised most of the money myself and did what I could with the widows then. So when I wanted to do Fish for Life, I calculated I wanted to give minimum 60 people laptop, software, everything they need to be in business for a year. And I want to provide coaching, paid internship, where when they're doing internship like NYSC, we will pay them as opposed to the employer. But I did the calculation. I said, okay, maybe I would need about 100,000 for this. Even though it's grown beyond that now. Now we have more than 200 who have warmed themselves into the program. It's going to almost 400 for me. So, but the point is, when I was doing that, I did not ask anybody for donation deliberately. Not that if I ask, I wouldn't get. But I don't want anybody to misconstrue my impression. Yeah, later, maybe 2-3 years down the road, I may then say, okay, how do I make money from this? That's how I always think. But my heart at that point was to be a blessing to a lot of unemployed and underemployed Nigerians. True to God, that's all that was on my mind. That instead of doing a party for my 60th birthday, my wife had already paid for a hall, $5,000, just for the hall to do the party for me. So when she told me she's paid for the hall, then it occurred to me that this makes no sense. Okay? That at the end of the day, if we're going to do that party, we didn't spend money, because in the US, we will spend maybe between $50,000 and $80,000. Because I don't do anything small. If I'm going to go, I'm going. Yeah. Okay? And then my wife is like that. She didn't ask me for the money to pay for the hall, but I know what that meant. She has paid, now we have to. So I'm like, why will I spend $50,000 to $80,000 entertaining my friends? Seriously, that this makes no sense. My friends will eat. All of them are rich, at least most of them. They don't need the food. Many of them will travel from Nigeria and spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 just to come and eat with me in America. That makes no sense. So I told her, no, I don't want to do party. What I'd rather do is do a giveaway where I select 60 people for every year of my life and give them everything they need to succeed as digital entrepreneurs, because it has been so much blessing to me. And then we calculated, okay, you get a laptop of $500, you do get software, then the internship money, we're going to give like 25K a month just for data. You calculate that by 9 months. By the time I did the whole thing, I said, okay, maybe 100K will be enough to do that. So when I was announcing the thing, and when we were doing the first boot camp, and we had like 3,000 people who attended that, it was from there that I selected those who are going to be in the inner caucus, right? So this lady, who has been a friend of mine on Clubhouse, okay, I'm trying to protect her more because I don't want people to go and attack her. Is the principle I want to talk about. Okay, she is gay. She's a gay activist, LGBT activist, and all of that. But I'm not holding that against her. I think she's a great person. I listen to her so much on Clubhouse. I have my own views about gays. I'm a Christian. I'm a pastor. So there's no other way I'm going to preach and support it. It's not going to happen, right? But I respected that person. I respected the fact that she's not really acting like a lot of the gays out there, where if you oppose them, it becomes a life-threatening thing where they take you as their enemy. So we would disagree. Sometimes I will talk, and I will talk about why I don't agree with it and all that. She talks about, but we always have a civil conversation. And I admired her for that. So she reached out to me privately and said, no, I just attended your boot camp right now, where you're trying to select the 60, that I don't think you should just spend only your money. I would like to be part of that. And I told her, when she said she would like to donate some money, I said, listen, she said she would donate it in the name of our organization. I'm like, there's no way. I'm going to recognize a lesbian association donating to my organization publicly, that I will be in trouble. Even in fairness to her, let me even be frank. I was like, okay, I'll announce it. If I'm announcing the thing, in fairness to her, she said, no, I should not do it. Because that might put a target on my back, that the Christian community may come. Because I was going to say, well, somebody that everybody is even persecuting, that is supporting this project, that's the way I was going to present it. She now said no, that she would donate it in the name of herself and her partner. And I said, that's fine. She didn't even want me to announce the thing. But I told her straight up that I am not taking donations. Thank God we even discussed it in WhatsApp chat. I'm like, I just want to do it. It's my birthday party. If I'm doing party, I'm not going to be asking people to contribute to my party now. But she insisted. And then they sent in money for 3 laptops. Okay? I was grateful. They insisted I should give them letter 501(c) and all of that stuff, which I did, because I think they have an organization, they use it to claim it back, whatever. So I was then stunned. We are talking about being misconceived, and I told her I'm going to address this publicly. So this give me opportunity. Maybe I'll cut this part out and I'll send it to her. I told her I will address it publicly. If she has issues, let her come to our training on Saturday. I will give her the microphone, because I was very upset about it. So she sent me so on that day that we did the official launching, you know that OGD was there, Professor Magalu was there, Otumba Shome, a lot of politicians were there, deliberately, and Adeolu, the former SSG to Ogun State government, because I wanted the government to see what we are doing, that hopefully that would trigger them to either partner with us or go do something like that for their youths. That was my goal, that for year 1, I'm going to sponsor everything myself. But from year 2, I can't scale to thousands, which is my goal, to train 100,000 youths over the next 5 years to become financially self-dependent, independent, using digital skills, right? So I can't get to 100,000 people by myself. How much money do I have? So my hope is that after year 1, we'll have done enough work that NGOs, non-profit organizations, governments, right, will have caught up to that idea, and they can do their own. They don't have to do it with us. The goal is training 100,000 people. I don't have to be the one training it. Because I believe that if 100,000 people are empowered to become digitally self-employed, we can transform the economy. That's what I believe. Some might think that's naive. Anyway, so on that day, we also had some pastors. In fact, we had a Bishop Ipo Zion, who actually is a staff of my company. It's not as if I'm partnering with his organization. He's employed by me. I pay him salary. He works for me. He's right now. That's the man right there. He's very close to me. He left Abuja. He's been here since I was here, right? So he came there wearing his bishop clothes, right? I'm not going to tell him don't wear your bishop clothes. The man is coming to do official function, because the topic I gave him was for him to speak on the role of the church in empowering youths for digital self-employment. So it was very appropriate for him to come in his regalia, because he's not going to talk for the church more or less, right? So he was there, and then there was also somebody else who was aligned with the church.
Yeah.
But they were like 9 speakers. So this guy sent me a message that if I had known that you are going to be partnering with churches, I would not have donated to the organization. I would not have done this. If I know that you are going to be talking to government, the Nigerian government discriminated against us, the churches rejected me when I came out as a gay, I don't want to have anything to do with it. And I kept telling her. And then she then accused me of having started receiving a lot of money from churches and government. And that's why I say I'm going to call her publicly, because that is where misconceptions start. There is nothing wrong in getting support from government on churches, but I don't have any. I'm even looking for. Nobody's giving me a dime other than you that forced yourself to give me money. I'm looking at you on the camera. I did not ask you to donate. You forced yourself to donate. And I took it graciously, despite the advice of my colleagues who have said, all these gay people, they will try to make it into a cause, which is what she has now turned it to. Now, I've told her I'm going to refund a contribution. She sent me $1,500. I'm going to return the whole money when I get back to the US with a formal letter, and I'm going to make that letter public. But my point is, people come up with these crazy ideas. Because they saw those guys there, they assume that they've given me some money or that I've collected money from government. And I'm saying there's nothing wrong in collecting money from government. I'm not the government. I'm doing government work. But I don't have any. So if you know any governor that will give me money, okay? If you know any church that will give me money for this, I will take.
Yes, people need
all right? Because you donated to the project does not mean you're going to tell us how to run the project.
Yeah.
The first thing she first did, even before then, was telling us we had this guarantee thing where if we're going to be giving you the laptop, giving you my $997 software, which is $1,000, we're giving you for free. We're going to be giving you paid internship, where we pay you salary every month for you to offer your services until you are confident to other people. That we want you to have a guarantor, so that if you are not following through with the training, that the guarantor will be held responsible. Even we are just saying, they will even have to refund the laptop and the money we are paying you. But I wasn't going to sue any guarantor. But the idea is to put pressure on them that if they sponsor somebody, they need to make sure the person follows through on the training. They're not working for me. They're not going to do the training for me. So we had this guarantor form, because we are getting, some of my staff were telling me, some of these guys will just collect the computer and go and sell. They're not even ready to learn anything digital. The laptop you are giving them is 400,000-500,000 naira. They're going to sell it and just eat the money. So we wanted to be sure that those who take it will at least be coming to the training. The training is 90 days, right? The full training itself. She came into my inbox that why can I be? Because one of the people, she also, after giving us money, she now sponsored people. Say, okay, can you put these people in the group of people that will collect the laptops? I didn't have a problem. Normally that's wrong. That is even unprofessional, because we are selecting straight up. Okay, you do your assignments, you do all of this stuff, then we select the top 60. But I said, okay, I don't mind giving this couple of people to you for you to be their sponsor, because I know you will not allow them to slide. I still believe so much in her at that point that I would rather make you a sponsor. That way you are monitoring, because you're not going to lie. Sponsors are supposed to submit a report every month about how their people is doing, the kind of work they did. And I know that this lady, she's that tough. She's not going to forge the whatever. That I would rather do that than a sponsor that I don't know, that I cannot hold. You, I know your number. I know where you live, right? She lives somewhere in Houston. That if they're not delivering, and we laughed about it. But she came into my inbox and said, how can I be demanding whatever, that they've been doing charity work before, they don't demand guarantee from anybody, I'm like, you can't tell me my rules. You may have contributed, but you're not going to tell me how to run my project. That's how I want to run it. If you don't want to be a guarantor, then don't sign for the person. I didn't send them to you. You are the one that recommended them. Yes. They are the one that came to meet you to sign guarantor form. If you don't want to sign guarantor form, walk away. We had that little fight about that. And I thought that was over, only for her to come back after the launch of the event to say we had churches there and the church ate. I'm like, you know I'm a pastor myself, right? Before you give me money. It's not eating to you. You see me preach. So what do you think is going to happen? I'm going to do an event and I will not involve church, or I will not involve politicians who passed a law against gays, according to her. That if she had known, she would not have invited. I said, nobody asked you to. Yes. You did. So I've addressed it publicly now. Hopefully you see this person, the person I'm speaking to, knows who she is. I don't want to mention your name publicly because I don't want to put a target on you. We have a training on Saturday and I dare you to come there. Come and tell them where you had that I got money from anybody. Whoever gave me a dime. Come there and tell them, and then let's have a discussion. So I'm glad that you gave me an opportunity to address that, but it goes back to how people are, because some of these people, they're much richer people than me in Nigeria. but they will not spend $10,000 of their own money trying to help Nigerian youths.
Yeah.
So they can't believe that somebody will just spend 100,000. Until somebody told me the value in naira, I didn't even think of it like that. They are saying that this is 140 million.
Yes.
I did not think of, because I was in the US when I was conceiving this. I'm calculating, renting all, inviting some of my friends, paying for all for them. I calculated it would be like 50 to 80K that I will have spent for my birthday. Why don't I just make it a round figure and then try to use it to empower people, even if it's only 2 or 3 people that become financially independent through this exercise. I've saved another life to who. That's what happened. Look at Stephen Akitayo now. Look at the hundreds and thousands of people he's helping all over the world. What if I had not helped him? What if I had not provided support for him? So until they told me that that's 140 million, if I had known that, I probably would have cut it, because that's a lot of money.
A lot.
So many people will not do that because I have no agenda. My agenda will develop as I'm going. I'm telling you. Maybe now the website where they would then offer those services, I just had to get it created 2 weeks ago. After the fact that, okay, they're going to need a website to be offering their services. Instead of me sending them to Fiverr, why don't we have one that is Nigerian owned?
Yeah.
And since government refused to build one, let me go build one. I built that more than a month after the boot camp, whatever, because I wasn't thinking about that. Like I told you, I started a program, and then as I'm running it, I'm like, okay, how will it sustain itself? Do I have to donate money again next year? Why don't I look for something that can generate money from me? And then we created our own Nigerian Fiverr. It's called 5kjobs.ng. Okay? So for them to offer their services, that's me. But I know it's hard because a lot of Nigerians are not like that. They would rather go to motherless baby's home, give her something of maybe $1,000 and make a lot of noise. To them, you can't spend $100,000 without having a hidden agenda. I don't have one. Agenda will come. I always know myself, 2 years from now, I'll figure it out. But the point is, help people first. It's always my goal. Wow. And people misunderstand that because it's not natural for most of us. But it's true.
Beautiful.
Yes.
But I was carried away. I knew the first laptop I got, I knew how tough it was for me.
Yes.
When I checked the rate of those laptops, 400 and up to 500,000, I said, wow, this is something big companies go for. Not even startups. You can't afford it. Startups can still go for 100K system or 200K.
Yeah, they're $499 and $399. Yeah, that's dollars. Yeah.
So you said 4 things in that event, which I took away. In fact, it's helping my business. I went back to my office. I said, guys, we are treating this as a business, not hobby again. We dress up every morning, come to our own dining the same way you did then. So he said 4 things. The number 1 was treat it as a business, stay focused, consistency, and accountability.
Number 1, pick a niche, stay with it as a business. Yes.
As a business, okay.
Yes. Number 2, keep going.
Focus.
You listen.
Then
Number 3, consistency.
And accountability.
Accounts
up, not
yes.
even low.
Yes, those are the 4
successful. About those 4 because young people out there, I think they lack these 4 things together. People want to do a lot of business, Bitcoin, this, at a startup. Yes. So what do you advise a young person who wants to pick up?
Now you finally come to things that really interest me. All of that, we are just... Now for me, if you look at the statistics, 95% of people who say they want to make money online or who try to make money online never make any money.
Yes.
It's just the statistics.
Yes.
And you think that, because 95% don't make it, making money online is a bad idea. And I'm talking about the legitimate ones. Even the 4191, 95% of them don't end up making any money.
Yes.
But the reason why they don't is because they don't implement these 4 things. I can teach you any technical skills you want. I don't even need to teach you. You can learn any technical skills you want by just going to YouTube. You can learn it. But why are people not making money? Because they don't understand or take seriously what I call the 4 critical success factors.
Okay.
Without it, you cannot make it. In digital business, but where it's not going to happen. I don't care how intelligent you are. I don't care how much money you have. I've been there, done that. I wrote a book about it, Confessions of a Guru Wannabe, where I spent over $100,000 in a year, my first year, and I did not make anything reasonable, maybe total 10,000. Spend 100K, make 10,000. So I lost 30,000. Why? Because I'm missing these 4 things. Number 1, like you rightly said, you decide what business you want to go into online. And then, I use the word business. You are not going to make money a quick scheme. Those never last. You are going to a business. It's the equivalent of saying, I decide I want to be a lawyer or I want to be an engineer. Okay? When you decide that for you to be successful, you have to treat it as a business. So you pick a niche. Only one niche. Number one problem of most people who fail is that they think they will convince themselves, even those who are listening to me now, they will still be convincing themselves, I know I trained them. After you say all of these things, at the end of the 1 hour training or 2 hour, somebody will still ask you, can I combine? Are you wondering? Were they listening?
Yeah.
People don't listen. You cannot say you want to be an affiliatepreneur. That is somebody who makes money with affiliate marketing. And then you want to combine that with somebody who's a bookpreneur, somebody who's writing books to make money. They are two different businesses. Or you want to be in the softwarepreneur business, which is creating and launching software, which is my own niche.
Yes.
You can't combine them. That is part of you understanding that you're in a business. Right? You do not decide that you want to open a shop as a lawyer today. Then tomorrow you wake up and say you want to set up a shop as an engineer. How are you going to make money there? You got to focus. So, sorry, I'm not at focus yet. I'm still talking about selecting your business and understanding it. There is a business you are running. You can't run multiple businesses simultaneously. So why do you think internet marketing is different? Number two, it is a business. I'm still on this one point. I'm just giving you some points on that. It is a business you decide to go into. When you open your shop to sell rice, you go to shop every Monday, every morning to Friday, Monday to Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
When you are a journalist working for Arise TV, you go to work Monday to Friday. So why will you then do digital business until you can do it today and not do it tomorrow? And you want to make money? It's part of the reason why I'm still on that number one. It's a business. Every business needs to keep growing in terms of understanding of the proprietor, in terms of putting in effort, in terms of putting in time. Even the business of pastoring, to call it a business, not in the profitable sense, but in the sense of trying to grow it. You, as a pastor, you must go to church every Sunday. Your church must open every Sunday, even if you are not there. It must open on Wednesday or Tuesday for Bible study. You must squeeze in some night vigil somewhere in there, at least once a month. And you have to do it consistently for you to grow. Most people do not do that in digital business. And yet, that is part of what it's going to take. You can't then say you are in business, but you are not showing up for business. What I meant is that when you say you are doing digital business, then you wake up anytime you want in the morning, and then you are still in your pajamas, you are carrying laptop all over the place like some kind of Yahoo boy. You are never going to grow. I have this thing, like I said to you, and it's very important. In my house in Nebraska, I live in a three-level house, right? At the basement of it all, there is a self-contained room there with its own toilet and bath and room and all. That's my office for my digital business. I don't do it in my law practice office. I wake up, most times I don't even go to my physical office anymore. Maybe I go once a week. I do most of my work at home, right? I wake up, get in the shower at 7 o'clock. I take my bath, I put on my suit, I put on my tie, and then I go downstairs to the basement. Not that I'm going out. Most times I don't leave the house all day. My wife goes to work, comes back, I'm still on my computer. But I'm on my suit. That is me working. And I train my family. They know that when I'm in that basement, I am working. And my wife don't come there to disturb me, except it's weekend. My children don't come there. They come in, it's in and out, because they recognize that I am working. Maybe yes, if my wife is not working, she brings food once in a while I'm there, or to try to get me to take a break. But I am working. I don't even have to do that. I already have plenty residual income. But I do it because it's a business. How many people do that? Even if you live in the face me and face you, is what I'm saying. You're going to have a corner of your house, a corner of your building, or maybe a coffee shop you go, or maybe a Mama Latte store that you go that is comfortable, maybe the way they're selling rice. You spend that time there. You don't do that, you're not going to make money. But most people who do this, they don't do that. Number two is focus. Which goes back to treating it as a business again. I have a whole training on just that number one. This second one, focus. I've always said it. Show me somebody who has tried to make money online for 2 years and is not at $1,000 a month. I will show you a guy that has no focus. You interview them, you will see. Today they decide they want to go do affiliate marketing. They do it for 3 or 4 or 5 days. They drop it. They say, okay, let me go do freelancing. They do freelancing. They are not focused on the business. You have to focus. There are so many ways to make money online, literally hundreds, if not thousands. But you can't explore all of them. So those who don't make it, it is greed and lack of ability to focus. You have to tell yourself, I just got married. I know you still cut side shows. I don't do that kind of thing again. This man, I'm sure is still, are you married?
I'm married, sir.
Are you cutting shows?
No, sir.
I know you never admit in public. you know you are married. So you go home to your wife every day. You wake up by the side of your wife unless you're a useless husband. No matter what digression you are doing, you are focused on your wife. Same way when you select a business. You might do the occasional diversion, but you're focused. Because until you focus, you can't make money. You can't be a lawyer and you're not focused on that law business and then you're running around doing other things. It's a very simple thing. Last year, 2023, was a political year for me. I can't remember when I did anything to make money or do any webinar or launch any product. I was all sold out on Peter Obi, right? Every day, every night, we're on Twitter fighting for a politician that don't know us, that don't care about us. I'm not saying it's wrong. Don't get me wrong. I believed in the guy at the time. I believe that that's what we needed. Maybe my perspective may have changed. Maybe it has not changed. I don't want to talk politics. But what I'm saying is that I was extremely focused on fighting for that May 23 election on the side of Peter Obi. Everybody knows that. I ended up being even on his national campaign committee and all of that stuff. But that year, last year, was probably the worst year in income for me. I didn't make money on any of my businesses except the residual income that was coming from maybe books or from software that people are subscribing to that I have launched 4 or 5 years ago. That's why I'm able to survive. I was still making money, but not at the level that I should be making. Because on a good month, typically I would do $100,000. But last year, I think I have very many months I didn't even do 10,000. Why? Because I was not focused on my business. I run a webinar every week before. In that webinar, I make sales. You can do a webinar and do $5,000, just 2 hours. You can do 10,000. I've done them many times, and I do it every week, right? For last year, I didn't do any. I lost focus because now my focus is politics. But in my own case, I was not disturbed about why I was not making money because I know why. I know that this is my focus now. I'm doing this election thing, even though I'm not even a politician, even though I'm not looking for appointment. Even if Peter Obi had won, I would never have taken an appointment. But I lost focus on my primary business.
You don't regret that?
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I could afford to lose focus, right? Okay. Because no matter what happened every month, I still get a check. I don't have any children I'm sending to university anymore, so my expenses are not high. So when you do $10,000 a month, it's more than what I need. If without even having to touch reserve, it's more than what I need for my daily survival, right? But maybe not give me the luxury of being able to travel as much as I want, but you're doing 10 to 12 to 15K a month, it's still okay for me. So, but I knew what I was doing. I wasn't confused. I know that's why I'm not making money. That's why I'm going back there this year. Election is over, politics is over. I'm no longer interested. I want to do my business. Help people from 60th birthday and then go rebuild my digital business. My point to you, if you are listening to this, if you are not focused, you cannot make money. Nobody owes you anything out there. You cannot bring it on Monday and then on Tuesday and Wednesday you go do something else. Digital business is a business. You got to focus. Okay. And I'm daring those who do my Fish for Life program. If you are one of those 200, because we've now moved to 200 now. If you are one of those guys and you are consistent, and I will know because we give you assignment every day. You are focused. We will know because we have you in a group. The assignment we give you, we know if you are focused. You do all of that for a year, and you are not at $1,000 a month. I'll give you ₦1 million. I'm saying it publicly, and you can prove to me because it's written. You get assignment every week. You are going to be able to show me all your assignments for 6 months. It's only a 6-month program, right? 3-month training, 3 months internship. That's even all I need. If you're able to show me I did all my assignments, I submitted it at the time that I was asked. Number 2, I work on my niche every day the way I'm going to teach you. And you don't get yourself to $1,000 after 1 year. I'll give you ₦1 million just for trying. ₦1 million just for trying. I say, and it's open to all my students because we have records. All you need to do is know, coach, I was part of your students. I did all of my assignment. Then I'll tell my staff, go and verify. So they are verifiable. It's not like you're going to just tell me. For instance, if you're a blogger, part of what we're going to teach you is that you need to blog at least 4 times a day if you want to be successful. If you do it consistently for a year and you're not making money, then call me out. And I will teach you how to monetize your blog, how to put stuff on your blog to monetize it. You do that. You don't even need to do all of it. I'll teach you maybe 10 or 12. I'll tell you just do maximum 4, which you implement on your site. I will implement it for you. You see me implement it. Wow. Then you do your own. You do all of that. And those are verifiable, right? If you say I did that, Funke can go and check my PA. Does he have monetization there? They'll check it out. Okay, he has this, he has that. You do that for a year. It is statistically impossible Literally, for you not to get yourself to 1,000. Because $1,000 online is not a lot of money. It's a lot of money in Nigeria. It's over $1 million, right? But what does that mean? $1,000 a month is $250 a week. $250 a week divided by 7 is like $30 a day. Come on, get out of here. You can do that. If you are focused, for instance, if what you are doing, let me pick the one that everybody thinks that is not as, let's take blogging. You put 4 blogs, or minimum 4. The more you put, the better. If you look at LinkedIn KG today, I don't know what time it is right now, maybe 2 p.m. Nigerian time. If you check our blog now, I'll be surprised if you don't have at least 20 blogs posted on LinkedIn KG. Go and check it.
Every day.
Every day. You are in the business of blogging. You are not a blogger. You are a blogpreneur. If you are selling orange, you are going to carry that your orange in the money. You are going to go all over the place if you want to sell orange. So as a blogpreneur, you have to blog constantly. What we teach you is how to do it easily. I can teach you how to get your 4 blogs a day for a whole week done in less than an hour or 2 hours. So your problem is not, I don't know what to write. They have ChatGPT out there right now. With ChatGPT, you can get any content you want for your blog. If you do that consistently, 4 to 10 blogs a day, but I require minimum 4. You have 4, and then you monetize it. Then you learn how to get traffic to your blog, which is really what we are teaching you, to get people to go and read your blog. Some guys on Twitter, they tweet like this, they have 100,000 people responding to them, 50,000 people responding, but they have no money. Because nobody's taught them that that's a wrong approach.
Yes.
That thing that you posted on Twitter, you post it on your own blog, and then you share the link to your blog to Twitter. So for people to read it, they have to click the link to get to your blog. And if you are getting people to your blog, guaranteed you will make money, because there are many ways to monetize it. There is what is called pay-per-view. That without them even buying anything, just coming to your blog, you get 1 cent here, 2 cents, 3 cents. There is one that is pay-per-click. Just for them to click anything on your blog, you get paid. There is pay-per-buy. We're going to teach you all of that. So if you put all of that on your blog, then you are spending the rest of the next 6 months of the year just trying to get people to get to that blog. And we also teach you that. I'm too elaborate as a teacher, but my teaching goes to 4 hours. So you know it's there. The question is, did you find the time to go watch it? Then to implement. If you are doing that every day by giving me only 2 hours, I'm not saying 4, I'm not saying 8. That's too much for digital business. 2 focused hours every day.
Wow.
It is, I don't see how it is possible for you not to get to $1,000 a month. But guess what? Most people don't do it. That's why I can throw out the day that I'm ready to refund up to 100 people. That's 100 million. I'm already spending more than that, right? So people know I'm good for it. Call me out publicly. Then we will go and audit your account. Because I know that. Because look at it. We're talking blogging now. We have not even gone to the level of affiliate marketing, where you make money every day if you are doing it right. I'm talking blogging. That's supposed to be one of the most difficult, because that one takes years normally. Linda Keji didn't make her first money until maybe 5 or 6 years blogging. But Linda Keji did not go out there as a blogpreneur.
Okay, it was just a hobby.
She was just a blogger. But look at her today, over 200 million naira a month from one blog.
Wow.
And all she does well is blog consistently. Because if you blog consistently, everything else will fall in place. Over time, people will come and meet you and pay you to blog on your blog. I pay Linda Keji, I'm saying it publicly because it's a public thing. You go to a blog now, you want to do what is called sponsored blog. In other words, she posts the blog for you as if it was her posting. It's 150,000 naira. You pay her. Then she'll blog your content. You write your content, you give her. It's called sponsored blog. And guess what? She's rejecting about 20 a day. It's 150,000. Because she can't just put sponsored blogs on her blog. Her blog is a gossip blog. So if she's blogging 40 times a day, she cannot do more than 8 that is sponsored, right? Because most of the sponsored blogs, they are not gossip. Like me, I advertise Fish for Life there. Fish for Life is not gossip. See, she probably doesn't do more than 8 sponsored blogs a day. Meanwhile, she gets 30 offers. That means she's rejecting like 150,000 naira every day. That's 3 million that she's rejecting. Say, I don't want. That's how profitable a blog. Now, I know she's one of the biggest out there. Not. Yeah. I'm not saying you are going to be that. But you can get yourself to 1,000. Simply blogging consistently, generating traffic to your blog. Yes, that is something you will learn over time, right? And monetizing your blog is not that complicated. So we're talking focus. I didn't forget. I like to repeat myself. You have to focus. You have to focus or you're not going to make it. I never focus, even though I was very smart. How many people have had my career? When I say this way, I not boast about my resume. You know, when you're an accountant, you're a lawyer, you have a honorary PhD in law, you have a master's degree in law, you're the best graduating student in your master's class, and you have written so many books, you have been a pastor. There's nothing I've not been. I tried. For 1 year, I could not make it. So how much more you that just had a degree that is maybe BSc in law? You got to focus. I had to throw that one in. So my point is, focus is absolutely critical. That's number 2. Number 3, consistency. Okay. It's close to focus, but it's different. Consistency is bringing it every day. You go to work every day. So if you're an affiliate marketer, you have to send a mail every day. It's not like you are worried whether anybody will say, oh, they are receiving your mail too much. They will have to block you. And then you keep moving. If you're a blogger, you got to focus attention on your blog every day. Not on Monday, then you don't do it on Tuesday. No. Monday might be, let's say you finish posting your 4 blogs. Once I teach you how to do that, it takes you can do it in less than 20 minutes, right? Now you still have 1 hour, 40 minutes left. Maybe you are using that 1 hour, 40 minutes to try to, out of it, you are watching videos about how to monetize your blog. Or you are going to where bloggers are to learn some new information, whatever. Or you are learning how to properly monetize your blog. That's what I mean. Or researching materials you are going to use tomorrow. It's a job. And that always baffles me. This consistency thing. You see somebody making less than 100,000 naira a month. He will wake up in his house in Alagbado like 6 a.m. He enters transport. Stays 2 hours in transport to get to his job in Obalende. Spends 8 hours in Obalende and spends another 2 hours to go back home. That is already 12 hours of your life that you spend to make 100,000 naira a month, and you do it consistently. They did not burn your mother. Now you can't say you came to work yesterday, you will not come today. They will fire your ass. Excuse my language, I forgot I was on here. They will fire you. Yet, you want to be successful as a digital marketer, but you can't find the 2 hours to spend on it a day. That part always baffles me, my brother, I swear. I've seen people tell me that, oh, I'm too busy, I have to go for that vigil or clinical at my work. This is the same work you say you hate. This is the same work that has held you in what I call tyranny of the wage system. Well, it is a tyranny. When you're being paid salary, you're under a tyranny voluntarily. You can't run your life. I've worked for people before. You know that 9 to 5, you have pledged your life to that. You have to go to that job. So if you want to be free of that, and none of all of us like it. Some people like to do it. But most people don't like that restriction. At some point, you want to have time. I just want to go to a wave beach and go and enjoy myself. But you can't do it because your boss is going to fire you. So when you then come into digital marketing and they are saying you need to dedicate 2 hours a day, Monday to Friday, even if you want to be free Sunday, I tell my student, do it 7 days until you get $1,000 consistently. Then you can take your leg off the gas a little bit and develop other income streams and all of that stuff. I know guys that are over $100,000 a month. I've done it for 18 months in a row at one point. I know guys who are doing it now. I know guys who are doing millions every year. Some of my students. Ifeok Nkem is one of them. Seun Ogundele is one of them. Victor Akpomedare is one of them. Mr. Morrison is one of them. Those are just 5 names right off the top of my head I just gave you. Go and search them out. Seun did more than $2 million last year on a place called JVizu. Ifeok did $3.5 million on one software. These are guys in their early 30s. They are Nigerians. But they are consistent. Seun Ogundele is in the software niche. He launches software literally every month.
Is he in Nigeria or abroad?
No, it's not abroad. Now, when you make that kind of money, why would you want to stay in Nigeria? The man, his own jackpot was with Star, right? With everything complete, because he can pay any lawyer, including myself, any money I want. But he was in Nigeria here. They call him the youngest CEO. I think he relocated like 2 years ago or so. Ifeok too relocated less than 2 years ago. I don't think Victory has even relocated. Victory is right here in Lagos. My point is that they focus. Victor Akpomedare is an affiliate marketer and product launcher. Every day, as God's art is still there, Victory will send you mail at least once or twice a day. Okay? Because that's his business. I don't know anybody who's been successful that is not consistent. Stephen Akita, that most of you know, is why I like to use this example. When Stephen Akita was going to do his first public broadcast, a lot of people don't know that he would tell you himself. Maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago, I don't know. I don't know how he scrapped the money together. He kept saying, I want to come and see you. I had this thing called webinar of Facebook Live. I want you to teach me. I said, I would. He said, no, I want to come to your house. He came. People don't know why I'm so fond of him. The man figured out. He came to my place in Omaha, Nebraska. And I said, sit down on a computer like this. We did the first live Facebook Live webinar together. The man saw me make $7,000 in a 2-hour presentation. 7K. It's that easy. If you're a presenter, you learn webinar. I always tell my seniors that are doing the Fish for Life seniors, I say, maybe that's all I will teach you guys. You already can present. You're already big boys. Just learn how to do webinar. Webinar is the easiest.
We need to learn this.
Webinar is the easiest because you make a presentation, then you make an offer at the end of it. If you have 100 people in the room, maybe you make 5 sales. If your product is $1,000, that's 5K right there. Like statistically, you cannot run 2 webinars and not make money. How? A webinar is just a presentation.
Can I ask a question like this?
Yes.
Look, people confuse this. When you are selling a product,
yes,
it's easy like this. But for people like us who are doing media services, what do you advise? Do you advise somebody who is starting to focus on selling products, which you need to, or one of said is go run a webinar, people buy your product and go. But this service, you need to go and deliver service.
It's because you don't know the products that you're supposed to be developing. That's why maybe you need to join the Fish for Life program. Because you are in media now, you are thinking there is no product. You are thinking you are doing one of who told you. You have to sit down. When I teach this, my 7 pillars that I teach in the Fish for Life class, I'm going to be teaching rather over the next 90 days. Pillar number 3 is creating your own product. Then we're going to sit down, whatever niche you are in. We're going to help you reason it out. We're going to give you ideas to where you figure out there are so many products you can create, you just don't know. Take, for instance, now, what is the title of your show?
BrandTalk.
BrandTalk. Okay? Let's say BrandTalk, and you are taking your niche as entertainment or whatever you call it, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know how many people that are like you right here, out there right now, who don't know how to make money with their show? You are probably one of them yourself, right? Okay? You have a great show, but you don't know how to make money out of it, right? Yes. Then you create a product. Let's say we are to then even make your customers to be people like you. All we simply then tell you is that you create a course, probably like a 4-hour training kind of thing, how to create a 6-figure income as a broadcaster, just something like that simple. And then you put all of it there. You do the research, how to get it set up, what to sell, how to sell all of that, which you can learn by research, by the way. Even though you yourself, you are not making a dime yet, right? So you create how to, the 6-figure broadcaster, how to grow your online radio program or TV program to 6 figures in 12 months or less. That's the title right there. It's a 4-hour course. And then you put, because you are dealing with Nigerians, you might say they may not have much money, put $497 on it. You think they can't pay you. Or even put you $97. Now you have a course. 4-hour course, maybe 6 hours, maybe 8 hours. Right? Now, we are doing a show like this. Right? Okay. And then you want to now do a webinar. So your webinar will say the same thing. Okay? Join me for a free live webinar on how to grow your platform to a 6-figure income in 6 months or less. And you will have prepared your PowerPoint to make the presentation. Your PowerPoint, for instance, will start with stuff like a lot of people who are in this business, they don't make any money because they don't know how to monetize. And then you go to 7 ways to monetize your radio program. You are giving summary of what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then how to generate money with your program. You also explain it a little bit. You're explaining what, not how. Okay, what to do to generate this 6-figure income. And then at the end of the webinar, you're telling them, now I've gone to research. I've worked with people like Dr. Ope, people like, you drop a lot of big names that you have people who are successful in that your niche. And now I've been able to come up with a comprehensive 4-hour training course, complete with exercises that you can use to grow your business to 6-figure income. It's only $297. But if you buy right now on this call, I'll give you a 50% discount, $197. Just try it. You'll be in shock. If you get 100 people on that Zoom, the problem is how many people can you get to show up? Okay. If they show up, guaranteed you will make money. The average conversion is 3 to 5%, even if you are a poor presenter.
3 to 5%.
Yes, if you're a good presenter, you can do as much as 10, 20%. depending on how much you are charging. If I'm charging less than $100, I probably can convert at 100%. Because $100 is nothing to the kind of people that the kind of value I give. But I typically will make my own webinar stuff like $497 or $997. Then I can then give a discount. So my point is that when Stephen came, I can't remember, we sold Launchify 360. How to create, I just gave you, if you look at my titles of my products making all this money, they are like I just described it to you now. Launchify 360, how to create and launch your own software for 6 figures in 90 days or less, even if you have zero technical skills. That was the course. It's called Launchify 360. Those who are listening, Google it right now. It's now around $97 course. And what did I do in that course? I simply described my very first product launch, which is Mobimatic. We did $430,000 that first month, November 2016, right? So all I simply did is doing it's like when you do a movie and you're doing behind the scenes, how do they call those movies where you are showing how the movie was made?
Yes, BTS.
So same way, I simply make the course, everything that we did to launch Mobimatic and to make $430,000 in 30 days. So it was a case study of that, my launch. Step by step, everything we did from big. And he said, Sheon Ogundele will tell you it's the best course he ever bought, because that's all he bought from me for him to become a millionaire now. Sheon Ogundele, I just talked. He paid $1,000 for that course. He never signed up for my one-on-one coaching like a Stephen Akitaya. No. He cost me his coach, but me, I'm a very honest person. The only thing Sheon Ogundele ever bought from me is Launchify 360. 3 months later, I launched his own first software for $140,000. Go and check him, and he will tell you. So I created the course. It was an 8-hour course, right? Then I put $997 on it. In fact, when I launched it first on JVZoo, it didn't sell because the price was too high for the JVZoo market. Again, it's stuff that you learn. And I got frustrated. It was a flop launch. Maybe I sold, 18 copies or whatever, which is very bad. To everybody who say, that's about 18,000. That's nothing. When you launch on JVZoo, maybe you end up with about $6,000 in your pocket. For me, that's an embarrassment because I just launched one that I did $430,000, remember? So then I started thinking. Then I realized that I put the wrong product in the wrong place. Yeah. Then I pulled it out of JVZoo and I started promoting only with webinar. I will advertise for webinar for you to create and launch your own software in 90 days or less with zero technical skills. People come in and then I present those 9 things I did. This is what we did for pre-launch. I will describe it. This is what we did for post-launch. I will describe it. Then at the end of it, I say you can get the whole comprehensive course for $997. Okay. And I was converting at 5 to 10%.
I will do this. Wow.
How hard is that? Stephen Akitaya came that day, we dropped 7,000 plus, and the man freaked out. Since that day, where I'm going about consistency, we didn't forget. Stephen Akitaya did his first Facebook Live and his first webinar in my house, maybe 8 years ago. He has not stopped doing it to this day. Every day he brings it. That's why he's a billionaire. He makes more money than me now. Consistency will bring you the money. It doesn't matter who your coach was. We still laugh. If I my birthday, he sent me a crazy amount. He told me not to announce it in public. I was stunned. He came to Omar just for I didn't even do birthday. He said, Lala, that even though I'm not doing party, he's still coming. The man took a plane, came to Omar to come and honor me. I was stunned. I saw him. He was the only one from outside the state that came. And Oluwawomola, another of my proteges, who just insisted. I said, I'm not doing party. And we didn't have a party. He just came we gave him lunch in my house. That was it. But for him to leave Nigeria, buy a ticket, he has to be at a certain level and come back. But the reason for Akitaya's success on this point, I'm telling you, I always say it, he will laugh because I'm his coach, he cannot beat me. I always tell everybody, Dr. Stephen Akitaya is not your typical very smart guy. He's not over smart, he's average. I'm saying it. Just so that if you're out there, you're thinking that you have to be special. He's average. He has a third class.
I've heard him say that.
Yes, he went to one of those schools, not even Unilag or Ife. One of those schools that we don't even know what it is, the university. But my point is, he's richer than me today. He's a billionaire in real terms because I've been to his office in Banana Island. I've been to his house. He lives in Banana Island too. You don't live in those places if you don't have money. I know everybody hypes, but when you cut out the hype, you can't have office in Banana Island and live in Banana Island yourself if you're a poor man. Or are you living there? So my point is, but his singular strength
Consistency.
Consistency. Today, if you're on his list, or you go to his Facebook page, Stephen Akitayo has done something live.
Live, everything.
And most times, some of those things are maybe not even live. He records them and then runs them as live. But it's consistent. It's the best example of consistency I can give.
Yes.
Shewa Gundele also, when he started launching on JVZoo, he decided that every month he will bring out a product. And he's done it consistently for almost 3 years. Consistency will win. But people are not doing it. They might try for 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month or 2 months. Maybe they don't make any money. They start to go somewhere else. I just gave you your own blueprint to become a 6-figure broadcaster now. I'm going to look in 3 months if you're going to do it. I just told you.
I'm doing this.
It's that simple. You create a course. You don't even need more than one, which is what is crazy about all of this stuff. The richest guys out there in this game, they don't have more than one course. It's one, but very good one. And everything they're doing at the end of it is their back end. So they may have a book they give you. You hardly see me sell books. I give my books away for free because I have a back end that will make me money. So you have your course. As you are interviewing me now, for instance, part of why you have introduced yourself is my name is so and so, the creator of the 6-figure broadcaster. And then you will have flashed your logo of that, your thing there.
Yes.
All right? And then at the bottom is scrolling for them to join you for a free webinar on how to grow. You don't want to sell directly, like I said, join me for a free webinar on how to grow your broadcasting business to a 6-figure income, even if you have never earned a dime before. And then every week you take them to Zoom. You make your presentation, you will have prepared your PowerPoint, explaining every step of the way. Nobody's going to be asking you bullshit questions. They will ask you based on what you have taught. And then at the end of it, you say, get my course. It's $497. It's $997. It's $197. It's $97. Whatever your faith carries is what you carry. Because when I tell people, they say, how can I go and charge $997 because you don't believe nobody will pay you? Imposter syndrome. Those who are collecting it, who the hell are they? Some of them are not as smart as you. Should be you set up right here. Some of them don't have all this equipment and they're making more money than you. So you just go there and do it. So you do it the first week. Free webinar. Zoom is, you get Zoom, they come there. Even if you don't make any sale, you learn from that. You record it. That's when you then send to your coach. You send to me, say, daddy, around this thing, 100 people came there, they didn't buy. Which I'm telling you again, it is statistically very difficult for you not to make at least one sale. Now, if you have less than 50 people show up, you will not make a sale. See, I always say 100. Yes, but you are going to make a presentation. Even if it's 10 people that showed up, I always encourage people, make your presentation. Record it. Take time to review it yourself. After, you're going to see some things you did wrong. And all that is the most painful part, by the way. To review yourself on tape. A lot of people, I don't like it.
Scary.
Yes. Yeah, it's not scary. It's just that it makes you, we are just lazy for it. You don't want to do it, but it's something you have to do. So that you improve on your next presentation. Then the time will come when you know that this one that you gave is from the throne of grace. You know that let my people go presentation. And there's one that you know that this one is an inspired presentation. You will know, right? When you present, you know that this one, you killed it. Then that one is what you then take. If you're even lazy, you don't want to be doing it every week yourself now because you're a big boy. You don't do what is called ever webinar, where you put it there and you just promote it. People will join and it will look like they are live. I'm live right now, online somewhere. Okay? People are watching, they think you are live, but you are not live. Your offer is still made in the video. So you find out that that video may be continue to make sales for you. It's now on YouTube. It's everywhere. But I prefer live. Because live, you are able to convert more. Because then people can generally feel. Yeah, they ask you questions. It is not complicated. But are you going to do it consistently? No, you're not going to do it.
Dr. Will.
Okay? No, it's what it is. It's consistent. Then finally, of course, is accountability. Nobody wins without being accountable to yourself, to your boss, to your business. Because it is, you are, like now, you have just promised yourself, right, that you're going to do this. You know how it may not get done if you don't have an accountability partner that you respect. And that is where coaches come in. I don't know anybody who has succeeded online that doesn't have a coach. I don't know of one, not one. And there's a reason. People think the coach is what teach them. No. It is the accountability the coach gives you. I myself have a coach. I'm going to get a new one. Now that I've decided that this year now, I want to go back to really making mega money. I'm going to hire a coach. The one I'm talking to now is telling me it's 50,000 is going to charge me. For my level, I'm going to pay 25,000 down. Not because the coach is going to teach me anything. But because me and the coach then we have to sit down together and agree on my plan for the week. Then I have to meet him once a week and explain what happened to my plan. That accountability is the biggest difference maker. But if you don't have accountability, it's difficult doing it on your own. You will tell yourself you are going to do it. I know. Shabina is staff I have here. I have PA. That's my PA right there. But my PA can't force me to be accountable. All she can say is that, Oga, you have a webinar today. If I say I'm tired, I don't want to do, what is she going to do? Nothing. She will try one more time and keep her mouth shut. Right? But if it's my coach that I know I'm going to meet with next week, I'm going to do it. Because he's going to ask, how did your last week webinar go? Then I won't want to go and be talking yeah because I paid him money and it's somebody I respect. That's why in the Fish for Life program, we have the submit your assignment every week. That's the accountability we are trying to force on them. Because if you tell them to just do it on their own, guess what? They're not going to do it. Life is going to get in the way. That is why you see a lot of people attend all these digital business workshops and all that, and they are still where they are, and they don't understand that that's what is missing. There's no accountability. It's one thing to learn to be a freelancer, and they teach you how to make money drawing logo. And then they tell you what you need to do. Let them even teach you. You have the whole training. Do you think you're just going to go get up tomorrow and do it? You have to be that really hungry. Like a Stephen Akita, you have to. Even Stephen Akita was not self-driven because I had to monitor him. I was his coach. Remember, I have to ask him, how did one of last week go? By the time I monitored him for 3 months, he has now become part of him. And that's why my program is 3 months. If I can make you take action for 90 days, it becomes part of you. So that it's like gym. When I first started going to gym, I was struggling. I know I wanted to lose weight. But I signed up for gym. Months I was in there. Even though I'm complaining about my weight every day. Because I had no accountability. Finally, I figured it out. I said, okay, I told my wife. She goes to work in the morning. She's a nurse. When you are leaving the house at 6:30 in the morning, both of us will live together. Make sure I live with you. I will go to my gym. You go to your work. So immediately she wakes up, she's waking me up too. Get ready for gym. And that's how I was able to. So when she's driving out, because before I'll tell her I'll go later. But once she drives out, I'm not leaving the house. It's either I got involved in one argument on WhatsApp or I'm doing one stupid obedient stuff somewhere and forget myself. So now we live together. She's not my accountability partner. So as she's leaving, she's driving behind me. So me, I turn left, she turns right. By the time I did it for 60 days, she don't need to ginger me anymore. It's not become part of me. So that if I don't go to the gym that morning, I feel that something is missing.
Yeah.
So that's the whole idea. We hold you accountable for 90 days, knowing that if we can do that consistently for 90 days, after that, it's going to be part of you. You're going to become, let's say, a blogger. I'm saying blog every day for 4 times a day. Every week, we're going to submit all the links of your blog summit. That's 20 links. I need to see that your report. And the people who are counting, we have 6 staff that I have for this matter. So you know it's not a joke. Yeah, people might say it's free. It's much more expensive to run than if you paid me. So those who are taking it like because it's free, they're not taking it serious, they have themselves to blame. So they will check. If your blogs are not complete, they're going to send you an email. You do it 2 weeks in a row, we fire you. We're not playing. So if you do blogging, for instance, and you submit blogs 4 times a day, for 5 days, for 90 days in a row, I don't need to chase you anymore. By the time it's 91 days, if you don't blog that day, something is feeling missing because you are now almost addicted to the process. So that is the missing link. A lot of the people listening to me now or in the program, they know what to do.
Yes, they know what to do.
They know what to do. The problem is not what to do. The question is, are they doing it? Are they focused on it? Are they doing it consistently? Do they have an accountability partner? If you're an affiliate marketer, for instance, part of your modules is you have to send a mail every day.
Okay.
You're a marketer, like the man selling bread, like the man that is a gate man, like the man that is a cleaner. That's what you are. Every day you have to do your affiliate marketing, right? Including promoting a product. You have to have a product you're promoting every day. If you don't have somebody to be accountable, to make you accountable to do it, you do it for the first couple of weeks, then you're going to slack off. It's just human nature, especially if you did not make any sale those 2 weeks. People who have collected a college degree for 5 years, that they spend maybe 5 years to get that degree. 5 years after that, they still don't have a 200,000 naira a month job. They are thinking it's too much work. To work for 3 months, trying to make money online without making a dime. They don't make money in 2 months, they go away. For 5 years, they've not made any money with their degree. Oh. They did not tear up their degree. They did not say, oh, I'm no longer a lawyer.
Yeah.
But they still keep hustling. They keep trying.
I keep believing.
But they try only for 3 months to try to make money online. They don't make any money. They say it's not working. And they walk away. And I said, no, you got to give it at least 1 year. Even if you do 9 months and make no money, you got to remain consistent. Because you are starting a new business. Digital business is a business. It's like saying, I want to be a lawyer. And then you are mad because you didn't make money as a lawyer in 6 months. That's the way it appears to me. Because I've been there. But a lot of people don't see that. On this accountability thing, very few people do what is expected. But people do only what is inspected. People do not do what is expected. Otherwise, our country will not be messed up. But the day they start monitoring it, people will behave. Now that they know that there's traffic light on Third Mainland Bridge, people are not driving crazy anymore. People do what is inspected. Do not speed. If you don't inspect it, people will speed. Do your affiliate marketing every day. If you don't inspect it, people will not do it. And the only person that can do it for you is your coach or your accountability partner. That's why coaching is expensive. My coaching is $10,000 for 60 days. The one-on-one coaching is $10,000 for 60 days. And it's what is weight in gold. People pay me that. I myself, I'm going to pay somebody $50K. You know why? Because I know that's my missing link. I know that if I can get somebody to make me follow my program, there's no reason why I should not be doing $100,000 a month easy without sweating. There's absolutely no reason. I have the courses already. And I can't run a webinar and not make sale. It is statistically impossible for me to do it because I have 100 people in the room and I make no sale. For me, it is statistically impossible. It can't happen. Unless, I don't know what unless I can use. So anyway, those are the 4 things. I took my time there because that is the cocoa of this whole thing. Is the most important part of it. People need to get that. Those are the 4 main things you need in terms of the mental makeup. Then the technical. Anybody can teach you that.
Okay, Doctor, I left Oriental Hotel last week and I went straight to my business, created what we call a checklist. She's my secretary, my sister. See, this checklist, every day I score myself. See, since I don't have doctor to report to, I'm not in the Fish for Life program, let me try and give myself this discipline. Each day, have you done this, Ifani? Even if it's 12 a.m., sit up, do it. So within the last 7 days, I'm already having results on LinkedIn. People are already reaching out to me. I changed everything on my LinkedIn. I said, anything that I need to do, I need to fix it.
There you go.
Doctor, I want to.
But you can still join the Fish for Life, you know that?
Yes, I will definitely.
Yes, it's open till tomorrow night, Sunday night.
Oh, thank you. I'm joining tonight.
Okay, go ahead.
Doctor, what's the concept behind Fish for? In fact, from the name.
Yes.
Fish for Life.
Yes.
So I want you to walk me through from the name to the vision and then to the goals you have for it.
Interesting. Thank you for that. I mean, I'm always excited talking about this part. Fish for Life idea actually came from what I observe most people doing, because that's the easier part, where the rich or the government or the NGOs or the privileged, they say they want to help the people, but they give them palliative, okay, where they just give you fish to eat for a day. It's like saying go visit motherless babies home, you give them clothes, but it doesn't solve their problem.
Yes.
It solves their problem for wearing clothes for today. Or you say you want to give a rice out that politicians do, which is fish for a day. They eat the fish for a day and then it's done. So you see, and that is what you see a lot of people doing. I also used to do that, where I would say, okay, one day digital works training, and I just give it out for free like that. So, but I found out that nobody gets to be settled for life if you're only giving them fish to eat for a day. All this palliative they are giving. That instead of doing that, teach them how to fish for life. It's from a saying that say, you give a man a food to eat, you feed him for a day. But teach a man how to fish, then you teach him to eat for life. Or you give him food for life. Because if you teach somebody how to fish, anytime he's hungry, he can go get fish for himself. Sure. So the Fish for Life program is basically for us to teach people how to fish for themselves, as opposed to just getting handout of free fish from me. So we then said, okay, if we're going to do that, because also from my own experience of even doing the occasionally field training and just walking away, we need to have a robust program where not only do we teach them how to fish, but we teach them how to skin the fish, how to fry the fish, and how to sell it. So that way, they are then set up to be able to feed themselves for life. And then I came and said, what do people need? I know what people need to succeed online. But before we go to the online thing, I want to address the real problem that took me to that. Okay? Because I saw myself being dragged online by some people now, so this is a great opportunity for me to address this. I was on TVC a few days ago, and I used some words that looks like it's been taken out of context. I was saying what Nigeria needs for now is not more tech-savvy people, but people who can take technology that is already out there and then use it to make money. Basically, that what we need are the Uber drivers of the technological age. But apparently people didn't like the word Uber. Say, oh, you are condemning us, that all we need to do is driving Uber. But they don't get it. We have a 50 million unemployed in Nigeria right now, conservatively. You are not going to dent that number by training people in a way that will take 6 months, 1 year to learn technical skills. I'm talking about coding and all the technical skills to become the next Mark Zuckerberg. Number one, most of those 50 million people are not technically minded. Number two, many of them get a headache when they start hearing coding and all of that stuff. So what you need to dent the 50 million unemployment situation in Nigeria is a mass employment initiative that is easy, fast, quick to deploy. And the only two of those that I know are Greek. Get everybody to go to farm and go and be farming under some big farmer. We know most in the urban centers are not interested in that, and that I can't even speak to. But it's a viable alternative for mass employment. The next viable thing for me is teaching people how to become digitally self-employed without having technical skills. Because those skills that you can teach in 2 hours, in 1 hour, in 1 week, that they can then begin to deploy online to make money for themselves. That's what we need in Nigeria today. We don't need the next Zuckerbergs. The next Zuckerbergs are good, don't get me wrong. And we're not going to ignore the technological guys, those guys who want to build high-tech software that they want to sell and become the next Bill Gates. We need that in our economy. That's the part I don't want you guys to misunderstand me about. But when you have a 50 million unemployed on your hand, the primary focus of your government should not be on those that will be less than 1% of that 50%, or 50 million. How many Zuckerbergs come along in one generation? There's only 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
They become billionaires, don't get me wrong. But when you have 50 million unemployed, it is irresponsibility, and I'm saying it again on camera, for the government to focus too much on those who are going to be the next Mark Zuckerberg. What you want to do is focus on those who can take what Mark Zuckerberg has created, like Facebook, or what other people have created, like AI tools, take them to the market, and then turn it to money for themselves. Like right now, for instance, AI tools are out there where you can use to create a video, a birthday video that looks like it was done in Hollywood and all of that stuff, that might even have a Donald Trump wishing somebody birthday. With one little click of a few AI tools, in less than a minute, you can have a video like that. And you are selling it for $60, $100 on Fiverr or any of those sites. That's what we need. So everybody has a fair chance, from the person who studied history, to the one who studied geography, to the one who did BSc in law, to the one that everybody now has a great opportunity to be able to learn a basic skill. Those skills, most of them don't even take a whole day. Let's even say 7 days to learn. And then deploy it internationally, where they're getting paid dollars for those services. Because the truth is, the educational system in Nigeria right now is a scam. It's a legal scam in the sense that they are training you for a market that does not exist. They are training you for a job that does not exist. On various levels, our employer base is shrinking every year. Almost 200 manufacturing companies shutting down every year. But you are increasing graduates into the economy, 600,000 of them every year. So you are increasing the labor force, but the employer force is shrinking. Nobody needs to tell you that you need to look outwards. Why do you think people are jackpying? Because the employment is outside the country. And everybody cannot jackpot. So what our government should do is, what can we do to train our people here to tap into that jackpot market because the market is there. So that way, if you are a videographer, you are not really looking for customers only in Nigeria. You can look for customers abroad.
Yeah.
If you are a proofreader, you are not just waiting for someone to give you a proofreading job in Nigeria. There are people out there all over the world. That is the whole idea behind Fish for Life, is to train you for you to become digitally skilled without having technical skills yourself, to be able to take tools that already exist and then use it to provide goods and services to people internationally. And I always use the analogy of the Uber driver, and that's where people misunderstand. To be a Uber driver, you don't need to know how to create the car. What you do is you buy the car or get the car and then use to go and take passengers and make money. Anybody can drive a Uber as long as they've gone to learn how to drive, right? So same way in the technological age, you don't have to know how to create the AI tool. That is technical. That takes a lot of work, a lot of experience. But you can take an AI tool that already exists out there and then deploy it to make money for yourself. That's what I teach. For instance, you don't know how to create ChatGPT. That is for the level of the Mark Zuckerbergs of this world, right?
Genius.
But anybody can go to ChatGPT right now and write a book in 2 hours.
Yes.
That is better than a book that a professor will write. And you can take that book and go sell it. You can use that ChatGPT to write articles for those who want to publish articles and get your money. So you are a Uber driver for the AI revolution. You are taking the AI tool to create value in this society. How is that hard for anybody to get? And it is cheap, it is easy, it is fast. That's why I'm removing the laptop thing, because that is causing confusion. I gave laptops because it's my birthday, not because you need laptop to do the skills I'm teaching you. No, you don't. So, but some people are, with this your phone,
Yes.
you can do practically any of those skills that I'm teaching
But
you.
there's one more excuse people have about this. Like
Yes.
you mentioned it there.
Yes.
About infrastructure. There is no lies, there is no, but there's the way you said it. Somebody's watching this video now who
Yes.
wants to take action, but they say there is no light in our area, there is no internet. And
That's
all
an
this
excuse, my friend. That's an excuse. I always say it. Even a good excuse is an excuse. I don't care how legitimate your excuse, it's still an excuse. Because in this same Nigeria, I just told you, I've given you some names,
Yes.
right? Until 2 years ago, Shewan Gundele became a multi-millionaire in dollars living in this Nigeria. There's a young man living in Enugu, doesn't even live in Lagos. His name is Precious Ungu. I'm calling names that are verifiable. He's even my own daddy inside this game, and the guy's like 34, 35 years old. Because 2021 or 2020, the guy did $4 million.
Wow.
He was in his late 20s then, and it was not 419. It's Precious Ungu in this same Nigeria. Mr. Morrison lives in this same Nigeria. He's doing well over $1 million in sales every year. So how are they doing it? That's what you should ask yourself. It is not that complicated. You charge your phone. If you can go and do violence on Twitter, then you don't have a problem of power. You charge your phone somehow to be able to go and be dragging the president on Twitter, to go and drag Atiku or whoever it is you are dragging. Okay. Or you simply need to, instead of using that phone to do this unproductive dragging, you are using it to provide services on different levels. Even if you are not, if it's freelancing you want to do, you don't have to be a freelancer. You can use it to do affiliate marketing. What is affiliate marketing? Promoting a product. You send message out. You build a list. You learn how to do that on YouTube. Yes. Even if I'm not teaching you.
Yes.
Then every day you send a mail. Let's say you are in the broadcast media now. There's something you buy in your industry every day. So if I'm doing affiliate marketing in your industry, all I'm doing is sending mail to you about stuff that I know you're likely to buy. Cheaper light, whatever. Okay, microphone, things that I know you buy. Eventually you're going to click and buy from me.
Yes.
I can do that on my phone. You can do broadcast. You write your email you want to send to your buyers, put your affiliate link in there. You can do a broadcast on your WhatsApp. Are you not doing it on your phone now? So what do you mean light? The minute you start telling yourself you have a light problem, you're already lost.
Okay.
Because that's you giving yourself excuse. I'm not discounting the fact that some people don't have light for days. But what I'm saying is that if you have been able to figure out how to be active on Facebook, and how to be able to be active on Twitter, then you don't have a light problem. Because the same phone that used to do that, you can use it to make your money. Because if you start with, if we have 15 minutes here, I could write a whole book for you using this phone. on my charger. I just click my open AI, look at it, is open. All right? And give me a title of a book. Let me write it for you right now. Write it 5 minutes. So what do you mean you don't have light?
But are people still buying books? Are people still reading book?
Go and Google it. Don't take my word. As a matter of fact, people are buying books more now than they were buying last year. Wow. No, this is not dream. Maybe just Amazon payout. Let me just Google it for you. Payout for 2024. So it's just me we are in. Okay? You will hear figures. I'm looking for the... I want to see the exact figure for every quarter. Every quarter, they distribute money to those of us who have books there. The figure keeps increasing every month. It has been increasing for the last 4 years. It has not gone down. Because, yes, I know it's counterintuitive. Because everybody can now write a book. You are assuming that nobody is buying book. Yes. But that's not true. Even me, I still bought a book yesterday. Me, that I have over 100 written. I still bought a book, audio book on Audible. $29.99. Because I like the title of the book. I wanted to learn something about it, and I bought it. I myself have over 100. People are buying books more now than ever. Go and research it. Don't take my word. Because the only difference right now is that as long as you are writing books that are of interest to the buyers, not just because you just came up with a title that sounds nice to you, you go and write a book. No, you are writing a book for commercial purposes. People are buying book every day. Somebody just lost their boyfriend yesterday. And they're busy right now looking for how to get my ex-boyfriend back. I think I'm joking. That title, by the way, How to Get Your Ex Back, is one of the best-selling titles in the world.
Wow.
For donkey years. You even get many that is free. If you Google free book on how to get my ex back now, you probably will see 1,000. But if you launch your own today and it says $19.99, people will still buy. Because someone who is desperately looking for the girlfriend that just cheated him, is going to buy that book. But I don't know why somebody want their ex back. That's the reason they are ex. But it's human nature. What I'm trying to say to you, if you have a book right now, 99 prayers to kill the enemy of your marriage. Married people will click that link and buy. They may not even want them reading it. Just that title is exactly them. Prayer arrows to kill all your enemies. Is the place like Nigeria? No, dare me now. The book don't even have to be more than 20 pages. That's how crazy it is. The title is the most important. Then you do a beautiful graphic design with the arrow just hitting that side chick. Okay. 79 prayer arrows against side chicks in your marriage. Most married women, I'm telling you, in this same Nigeria that you are talking, put it on your LinkedIn page and tell them it's $19.99 that if they buy today, you are giving 70% discount and they can only buy for $7. Run it for 4-5 days and see if you will not make sales. That is that ridiculously easy. But are you going to do it? No, you are not going to do it. Doctor, a lot of people say it. I myself said it for a year. So, no. The business is there. Every day people buy stuff. Take affiliate marketing. Every time people buy stuff online now more than ever. And most of those links that you click on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram to buy stuff, they are affiliate links. You just don't know because it takes you directly to their website, to the website of the buyer. But when you buy, somebody gets paid. Yeah. Go to Linda Ikeji blog today, you will see all those banners. She gets paid just because you're on her page. You don't even have to buy anything. That some of them are there. Some of them are they just do so this thing will flash at you some information that you like, you click on it just to read. By clicking, she has earned 10 cents or 12 cents. If you ultimately buy, she probably makes 50% of whatever you paid. What do you mean they are not buying?
Doctor, there is this concept a friend of mine shared. Broke people are scared of taking action. Most times I have 10,000 naira, I want to buy data to start learning all these things. They are scared of risking what they have. What do you have to tell that young person who is watching this video, who they feel, oh, this is the only money I have. I can't go and buy a laptop or phone now with this money. But I want to just, any miracle, any favor.
I promise I'm going to be nice, so I'm not going to say what came to my mind.
Broke and scared.
Then they're going to be broke forever. There's nothing else to say. Broke people are the one that's always thinking everybody is scamming them. I remember when we advertised this Fish for Life thing, and I'm saying We are going to give free laptops. We are going to give paid internship. We are going to give free software plus 1 year coaching. The most important part in the whole thing is even my coaching, not even the software, not the laptop. Yes. You know what somebody said? He repeated it. Free laptop, question mark. Free software, question mark. Free coaching, question mark. Run, no scammer. That's what they put on my own page. And that kind of person probably don't even have money to buy data. Nigerian poor people are the one who don't have money in the bank. They are the one that is most scared of hackers, hacking bank. They don't have money there. They say they just hacked that bank yesterday. I don't want to go there. They don't have any money. That's the reason why they are poor. So if you have your 10,000 naira and you are not ready to go use it on things that will set you up for life, then you deserve to remain poor. I don't have sympathy for poor people. I'm being very honest with you, especially the ones that have opportunity to better their life. That you won't see me in those type of things. No. Anybody can be born poor. I was born poor. I just told you I grew up in a room and parlor with 10 of us. I grew up exchanging uniform with my senior brother. We had one uniform between the two of us.
Yes.
But look at me today. Look at Stephen Akita. Stephen Akita was born dead poor.
Yes. Even lost his
yes,
mom.
He had to hustle his way out. So why can't you hustle your way? Why should I be sympathetic to you? Seriously. It's different if you never got opportunity. You cannot say you're not hearing all these things we are talking about. Because anybody can do digital business. You don't need to be in fish for life. No, you don't need to be in fish. There is nothing you want to learn that is not free on the internet right now. Forget all this one that we are all embracing ourselves, which is funny. That might cost that ourselves for $1,000, right? You can probably get a better one on YouTube if you know how to Google well enough. But people are not going to do it. It doesn't mean mine will not sell. So there's nothing you want to learn. If you are really feeling very bad about your poverty, you go to the internet, 10 ways I can make money online. They will tell you. You pick one of them, apply those first principles, stay there, select, be a business person, focus, be consistent, get accountability partner. 6 months down the road, your story is different. I don't care what it is. YouTube channel is free, right?
Yes.
Anybody can create a YouTube channel. Go and see the kind of money Nigerians are making. Forget the rest of the world now. The person making the most money on YouTube in Africa lives in Nigeria. Most people might have heard about Emanuela now. But Emanuela is not, if we have to say put Emanuela and put Alibaba side by side, who are you going to say has more money?
Alibaba.
But go and find out. Or who is making more money? I'm not going to say who has more money. Who is making more money monthly now? Emanuela is doing over $400,000 a month. I don't think Alibaba is doing that. I don't know how much he's making. He's a big boy, and he's my friend and whatever. But you don't know Emanuela. At least you know Alibaba. Alibaba has a TV station. He has had a big name for so many years. So even if he's doing more than $400,000 a month, you know that he has worked 30 years to do that. This Emanuela, what does he do? One YouTube channel. Just post a 3-minute comedy clip on it every week. And she's done for years. That's it. In front of the house. That is it. There's another one like I have a guy, I forgot the name now.
Sabinus.
Sorry?
Is it Sabinus?
Not Sabinus. Sabinus is okay. Sabinus is in like the 7th, whatever. There's this guy, he actually was even bigger than Emanuela. Emanuela used to appear in his show. What's the name of that show?
Markangel.
Markangel.
Okay.
Markangel. One video, most people don't know the guy offline. You're not going to say you saw the man doing a show on Oriental Hotel or a hotel where you pay 10 million, 100 million, and people have to buy 1 million naira table. He stays on his YouTube channel. One video a week. But he did it consistently for years, is what I'm trying to say. And every month he goes on without having to market anything, without having to sell anything. All this other stuff that we're teaching, he doesn't have to do any of that. Just consistently bringing a 3 to 5 minute video clip that he does in front of his house or in one small location there. His production cost, I don't think, can be up to 100,000 naira.
It's not possible.
There is nothing there. There is no costume there.
Even this is much already.
Yes, now, in fact, you have more than Makanje. So where's your money? No, it's what I'm saying. Seriously. And all it takes is just staying with that concept. You yourself can decide today, oh, I just want to open a YouTube channel.
We do.
You give your YouTube channel a name, but your YouTube channel is probably doing all sorts. If I go there now, I'm sure it's not focused. It's got to be focused on one area of the industry. You cannot cover everywhere. Because what makes people come back is people who love that topic you're focused on. If your topic is church, and I'm not talking about running your church service, if it is just prayer, for instance, every minute you wake up, you drop, every day you wake up, you drop a 5-minute prayer. How should that be hard for a pastor? But how many pastors are doing it?
I'm telling you.
And just be posting it there on that your YouTube channel. 5 minutes. It can just be that one alone every day. You cannot do it for 2 years and then your YouTube channel will not be picked up. Because when you put it there, now you share the link to your YouTube, to your Facebook page, to your whatever, Instagram, and all that. And the people are going there to go listen to the prayers. After a while, 6 months to 9 months, you start to develop a fan base who just go there to take your prayer of the day. Call it Command Your Day. I was talking to my bishop and I said, why can't you have a channel that says Command Your Day? If it's night, you want to focus, since you like witchcraft people. Do Command Your Night so that I can go after the witches. I like the day, because that night was tough. Just call it Command Your Day. Finish. Nothing elaborate. Command Your Day channel. That's it. But the video you are dropping there every day is got to relate to that. That's the key. Focus and consistency. But they are always tempted to go put one sermon that has nothing to do with prayer. To go put something that has nothing to do with the topic of commanding your day. Then you lose
audience.
You lose audience. Now, when you have grown big, then you can have diversification. But if you want to grow fast, quicker, now that's not to say general channel doesn't work. There are many general channels that are making money. But when you look at those who are making heavy money within a short time, they are narrowly focused channels. My partner in the US, when he's in the office, he likes to just watch one channel where I forgot the name of the channel, but all they do in that channel is dressing for men. So you see a video how to put on a tie. You see a video how to put on cuff link, 1 minute video. You see a video how to put on socks. And I used to be intrigued. I go in there, I'm like, Bobo, does anybody even watch this type of thing? Guess what? That guy has over 30-something million subscribers.
Wow.
Apparently there are men in the world, that's what they do. They go there to go and watch how to put on shoe. You would think that makes no sense. But the guy will do a 1 minute video. How to bring out your shoe from the shelf, how to dust it, and how to wear it, and how to swagger with it. To you, it's nothing. But there are some people that's their niche. But he was consistent. You are not going to see any video on that channel that is not about things to do with men dressing. You are not going to be tempted to go put one video about Donald Trump abusing somebody. You are not going to be tempted to go put something because it sounds nice. That is what most of us don't do. If you are listening to me right now, the easiest way, because YouTube and Facebook are going crazy giving people money. Seriously. People don't even know they give money on Facebook. I myself have been lost in Twitter. When I came back, I'm like, oh my God. Seriously. Facebook pays you now per view of your video when you get to a certain level. Really. So all you need to do is post a video every day. I know an actress that got $8,700 this past month. She's a popular actress. I'm not going to mention her name, but she says she was right here when I was promoting Gista, right in this house. She told me then she was like at 3,800. She's like, I'm like, what are you? They said nothing. I just post the same video I post on Instagram. I just post there. People don't know that Facebook is monetized. So you apply for it when you have a certain number of followers. Once they approve it, for every view of your video, you get paid. That's all you need, guys. Go to YouTube, create a channel, but decide on the niche. It could be cooking. I don't care what it is. It does not matter. It could be yabis. You just to yab government. Just stay there. You cannot stop yabbing government tomorrow and make money. That means if you are yabbing government, you have to stay on government yabis for the rest of your life on that channel. It's okay. There's always government to be yabbed. There's always something to yab about. Consistency. But do it consistently is the key. After a while, you are going to develop a following. After a while, Facebook and YouTube will start advertising on your channel by themselves to people that they know come to your audience. If you are running a prayer channel, for instance, as a pastor, there are many products that people who do prayer buy. So YouTube themselves, for those who advertise with them, they will run their advert on your channel and they share that income with you after your YouTube channel has become monetized. Now, before you remind me, those of you at home, yes, It takes a while before you get to be able to monetize your channel. You have to have, I think, 3,000 hours of view.
4,000, then
4,000, yes.
followers.
It looks like a lot. 4,000 is not a lot. That's why I say 1 year. If you do it consistently, you get your 4,000 views, 4,000 hours in a year. It's not that hard. If it took you 5 years to get a 100,000 naira a year job, shouldn't you spend that 1 year to get to where they can be paying you dollars every month?
I love that.
Even if nobody pays you anything for that 1 year, you're just dropping it every day. So that at the end of the year, you have 365 videos there.
Wow.
Or if you are doing the weekly, at the end of the year, you have 52 videos. Then if you hang out a Fish for Life program kind of thing, you will have learned how to generate more traffic to your YouTube. Because we're just assuming you just put the YouTube channel and go away. That might take you longer to get your 4,000 hours, right? But if you also learn how to get people to come and watch, to get people to come and watch, to get to also put monetization at the end of each of your video, you can start to earn money even before your channel itself was monetized. Let's say for instance now, you are to take Pastor Bishop here. Let's say Bishop were to follow through on this series that I say wants to do. Command your day. Say, command your day for fruitfulness. Command your day for empowerment. Command your day for, there are literally hundreds for everything that people are looking for in Christianity, right? Then he writes a book. I told him, let's say you want to write a prayer on command your day for fruit of the womb, right? You tell ChatGPT, I want to write a book on command your day for fruit of the womb. I want 30 channels, 30 chapters.
Yes, sir.
Give me the outline of the 30 chapters. ChatGPT will give you.
Yes.
It will think and give you something. And then you tell you, write each chapter, make sure each chapter has nothing less than 20 prayer points. That's assuming that you can't even pray yourself. ChatGPT will help you with the prayer points. You can then look at it and make a little change. Now you have that book. Now you are doing your 5-minute video. It's a very simple thing. Today, I just want to bless you with the first chapter of my book about commanding your day for fruitfulness. Wow. Then you drop those 10 prayer points. And then you say you can get the whole book itself for only $5. And the link is at the end of the video. Before you get to where YouTube monetizes you, are monetizing yourself. You even make more money because then you find out that people will buy that book. Guaranteed take to the bank unless that first prayer points you drop, they don't like. Or they don't have problem of childlessness. Somebody who's looking for the fruit of the womb will buy any book they see. Yeah. So when you drop those 20 prayer points and you pray for them, make sure it's like 5 minutes and then say, get the complete book on fruit of the womb. It's $19.99. You buy it through this link on this channel. You are going to get it 70% off. It's only going to be $3. You'll be making sales every day. Tomorrow you bring another video. You end it with, go buy the book. You finish those 30 chapters. You go to the next book. How hard can it be? It's not hard. It's the consistency and the accountability to yourself. That's why I say you do a business calendar. This is what I'm going to do on Monday. This is what I'm going to do on Tuesday. This is what I'm going to do on Wednesday. And then you get somebody to hold you accountable to it. That's it. It's not hard, but it is difficult to do. I'm being very honest with you. Without an accountability partner, you're going to slack off. And yet, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. I had a guy in my church when I was doing associate pastor for Better Wonder City, Mommy Roslyn. There's a boy that we used to call him Malam Lemu. I've never seen a funnier guy. He does this impersonation of an Hausa guy, and he does drama in church every Sunday. Every other Sunday that we have drama. Beautiful guy. I'm talking just 3 minutes of dropping some kind of story about the Malam Lemu. I called him. This is 2013. I said, boy, go create a channel. Before there was ever Emanuela or Mackenzie, I said, create a channel. Just drop, he's an architect looking for a job that time. Okay, he has no job, but he's an architect. I said, listen, create this channel. Every day when you wake up, call it Malam Lemu's channel. Every day, drop this Malam Lemu talk. 3 minutes. And see what will become of your life in 2 years. You may not need this your architect job. He never took me serious. He never did it. Hi. That guy probably would have been bigger than Mark-Angel right now. Because there was nothing special about Mark-Angel. There's nothing special about his comedies. Look at it there. And when you listen to this Malam Lemu guy, very, very funny guy. Supremely funny. He never did. We had a drama group, and I hope you guys are listening now. Al Pacino, I hope you are listening. because you disappoint me. I'm not going to call his real name, but I nickname him Al Pacino. He used to head the drama group in Bethel then. So when I was with them, I was in charge of the worship department and all that. So I make sure that at least once a week once a month, they do a drama before sermon, like a 5-10 minutes. I've never seen a more talented group. Guy. One of them, Bola, God bless her memory, just died recently. But they had this group of 5 or 6 people. This boy, I used to call him Al Pacino. When he acted David with the Ark of the Covenant, my goosebumps was going everywhere. I called them. I said, your drama every Sunday is about 5 to 10 minutes. Why don't you guys become a troupe? Yes, and just create a YouTube channel. Just then make it work. I will even give you allowance if you have to come to church more than once a week to do. Be dropping one every week. You have 4 a month. You have 200 in a year. I say in 3 years' time, you guys will be fighting about how to share this money. It will be too much. They didn't do it, and they're pretty good. So does it mean they don't want to? Maybe around some of the programs, I've been running this type of program for years. But they miss those 4 things. That's why I'm inserting myself into the accountability now with the Fish for Life program now. What I'm saying is a 90-day program. I'll give you whatever you need. I want to be the one monitoring.
Free?
Sorry?
Free.
Yes, 300% free.
Wow.
Every week, we're going to do a training. You're going to have an assignment for the week. You have to submit your assignment every week. As long as you're submitting, you are in the program. When we finish that 90 days, then we will farm you out to employers for you to do what is called internship. Because you might know all the skills. If you don't really practice it, you don't have the confidence. You're having the imposter syndrome, right? You are not thinking you deserve $1,000 because you have not made it done before, right? So somebody is telling you go sell something for 500. You are telling your spirit, Tanonso, who are they talking about? Yeah, so, but if you practiced it, where, for instance, let's say somebody is doing promotional videos and attach him to you, for instance, right? And then all your own job to him, because the sponsors are not supposed to be the one training them. Your job is just to give them assignment. That, okay, you're going to do my intro video for my interview every week. That will be his job, right? You are not paying him. We are the one paying him. Fish for Life Foundation is the one that will pay him for the data for that 3-month internship with you. By the time he does video for your shows for 90 days, now he knows he can do video. He will have seen his video live, right? He will have run it with some of your interviews. Now his brain is beginning to convince him that, yeah, he can do this. That's the whole idea behind the NYSC too, even though it's all messed up.
Yeah.
So that you can practice something outside of your comfort zone. We take you to Ghana, to Adamawa and all of that stuff, so that you can know about other parts of Nigeria and also be able to do whatever job that you want. So same way online, we have it. The internship is also free. We even pay them. It's 25K.
Doctor, give me numbers. Like in the next 2, 3, 5 years, where do you see Fish for Life going? What's the goal?
Well, I don't know. Only God knows. My own job is to sow the seed that I am also a very realistic person. I know my weaknesses and my strength. I run 110% when I'm committed to something like this one. But I'm not a long-term person. I've known that a very long time ago. That's why they call me the Wealth Apostle. I'm an activator. My own is to activate what is already inside of you. So I'm giving myself 3 years personally. If I can do 3 years, that's my limit. 1 year, I'll give you 110%. Second year, I'll give you 100%. Third year, I must be really have fun to give you 70%. Then after that, I go to 0. I don't gradually go down. I just stop and I'm done. I'm saying that now because people will say tomorrow he started and he just dropped. It's me. I don't care how much money he's making. I don't care how big it is. I'm going to move to something else. I already know it. That's why I already have a director general. I already have director of training. And I'm forcing them to keep going with me so that I can be consistent. So the goal is 100,000 for us to train and liberate 100,000 youths over the next 5 years. Okay. That is the aspiration, right? But we are hoping as we continue to do this, other organizations, NGOs, governments, whatever, they don't even have to partner with us. So I don't want this to be seen as me lobbying for. I don't care. Okay. I expect NGOs who want to do CSR, let them run it on their own. Yeah, if they want us to submit, to recommend trainers for them or to come and train their trainers, we'll be happy to do that. Or they want to partner with us to sponsor what we are doing, that's okay. But I don't want that to be the focus. Imagine you have 100 companies who are doing this CSR thing, training youths for digital skills empowerment for self-employment all over Nigeria. We can transform this economy. We can. while we are not neglecting the technical guys who want to be Mark Zuckerberg. I want to repeat myself. I'm not saying let's not do those who will do the technical stuff. But we have 50 million people. 50 million people cannot be Mark Zuckerbergs. We need, just like 50 million people cannot create cars. But Uber driver is employing millions all over the world. We have an employment crisis. Right now, we need to dip down into that unemployment 50 million. And the best way to do that is to work on a program that is easy, fast, and inexpensive for them, where they can quickly do. It's not 1 year program, it's not 6 months program, 3 months, 2 months, that they can learn enough skills that they can go out there and deploy for their little chunk of the money out there. If you can get them to $1,000 a month, which is the goal, most will be okay. Then out of the 50 million, maybe 1% are the ones that have the potential to be billionaires, to be the Mark Zuckerbergs. But if I'm in government and I have 50 million unemployed, I'm not going to focus on that 1,000. I'm going to focus on what we liberalize the 50 million or so that is out there. And what can do that is teaching them how to use AI tools that already exist to create services for the global market. Because those AI tools, you can learn to use them in less than an hour.
Yes.
To create a video, if you go to nvideo.ai, if you put in a text on nvideo.ai right now, video will come out in 1 minute. And then it shows how you can then edit it right there, live. You edit the picture slides. So you can have a video ready in 1 hour. You can learn that software before we finish lunch today. And then you can go to where they are offering services to create videos globally, maybe on a 5kjobs.ng that we're creating for the Nigerian market, or go to fiverr.com or freelancer.com or text broker. There's literally hundreds of them. And then offer your services as a video creator. Boom. You get your first $5 job, $10 job. Before you know it, you are at that point where you are making more than 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira is less than $100.
Yes.
With no physical cash investment, with no time lost. That is what we need. But when you say it, people get upset. They say, well, you are saying they should get Uber drivers of the AI revolution, that you don't know what you are talking about, that we should be teaching them how to create software, how to create all this big stuff. How many people are ready to learn that? When you mention coding, everybody will have a headache. I mean, if I say, come and learn coding now,
I'm not interested.
you are not, because you are not a techie person. There are very few techie people, even the ones that learn engineering. How much tech do they know? So why would you spend? So Dr. Bosun, for instance, that's what he's doing. He has a goal to release 3 million tech people. And I'm saying that makes no sense. Because number one, out of that 50 million, you don't have 3 million of them that even want to do tech skills. Or who will follow it through. They will tell you, when they get in there and then give them a coding assignment for week 1, week 2, you're not going to see them again. Because it's hard. Or they might try, but how many people are even hiring coders?
They're hungry.
I said, then teach them what will make them go out there to earn money now. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I don't have a problem. The man is trying, but the reason why I keep calling his name is that he needs a change of orientation. When you have a 50 million unemployed, you don't go into programs that require so much technical knowledge before they can become self-employed. You want to go into a quick, let's go stuff that will churn them out by the millions. Then the exceptional ones. The truth of the matter is that in every population, 70% are not exceptional in the world. In fact, 80% are not exceptional. They are just regular. It sounds harsh, but that's why the world of the world, 90% is controlled by 10%. That's what it is.
Doctor, let me ask you this in conclusion. That's second to the last question.
Yeah.
If you are young now, like you're 18, 20,
Yes.
would you need to go back to university, or would you just enter any adventure? What would that adventure be for you?
Well, it's a very interesting question. Yeah, education is important. Education is important. At least that basic degree, I believe. But I'm not hung up on it now. I don't look at whether you have a degree before I will hire you. In fact, the general manager of my company right now, that commands the ones that have masters and doesn't have a degree. His name is Bayo. He's the most efficient guy I know. He's the general manager of my whole company, both law and a digital business. And he joined my company as a messenger. Till today, he still doesn't have a degree, but he's much better than most degree holders. I have to say that. But I'm not against getting education. But the educational system we have right now is already skilled to make you dependent, to make you poor, to make you unemployed. So if I'm in Nigeria and I'm 18 or 20 and I have opportunity to learn digital skills empowerment or not do it and start going to university, I'm going to pick the digital skills. Whatever you're going to learn in the university in Nigeria of today is not going to liberate you from poverty. I don't care which of the courses is. Even if you go and study medicine, by the time you come out, how many hospitals are there to help you? You don't have the equipment. Until you go abroad, until you jackpot, nobody will know your value. So why would I spend 5 years doing that when I know I can spend a year under correct tutelage with those 4 points, have a mentor and all of that stuff, and then be able to get myself to $1,000 and up then I can go learn the degree later. Shemo Gudele just got his master's yesterday. He just went back to get his master's because he wanted to. He's already a multi-millionaire in dollars. You can go back and get your degree later. But that's not to say I'm saying people should not go to university before they come and start dragging me for that. My daughter asked me, my daughter is 16. She asked me that, what should I study? She's about to finish high school in a couple of years and already thinking about what she's going to study. And I'm like, I don't care. And people thought that was funny. I'm like, because the job you're going to do 10 years from now have not yet even been created. So whatever course you did is irrelevant to me. But do something that encourages critical thinking. So maybe law. Or maybe, it's what I told her. So you can do law, or you can do maybe philosophy. Imagine me telling my daughter can do philosophy, because you think that things that will make you to be a critical thinker, because the future belongs to those type of people. The jobs, those who are 15-year-old today, that are going to do to become very well off in the society, most of those jobs are not yet created. 2 years ago, there was nothing called prompt engineering. There was no job called that. But today, that's a $300,000 a year job. Those who prompt AI, you don't have to be technical, just have to ask it questions to give the right answers. It's called prompt engineering. So, and prompt engineering now, you can learn it in less than 1 month. You go to YouTube now, Google how to become a prompt engineer. Videos will come out. And prompt engineering is really what you are doing like Q&A. But this time, how to do it with AI. How to ask it questions properly to give the right answers. That's how basic that job is. But Google it now, those of you listening to me now, is between $250,000 a year to $400,000 for a job that came into existence last year. AI ethicist does not exist last year. But it's a $200,000 a year job now. Those who want to, those who are going to be advising companies who want to go into AI so that their AI can be ethical.
Wow.
So my point is, education, the way it is constructed, is overrated. I was in Ife last week, my alma mater, and I was addressing the LinkedIn group there and all of that, and I was telling them that instead of them going to demonstrate for increase in school fees and all that, that is mundane. What they should be demonstrating for now is for the government to change their curriculum. Because their curriculum does not prepare them for the marketplace.
Yes.
And there is no market. So why don't they have a semester where you're going to take something like a Fish for Life type of program? A 1 semester to teach you how to become self-employed digitally when you come out. They teach you freelancing. They teach you bookpreneur.
But lecturers don't know about this thing too.
They know. JB, I addressed the dean of the Faculty of Law. We handed over a property that we, my 1985 set that we renovated for the school. And I was telling the dean. Then he started telling me that what it takes to change curriculum, that it takes 7 levels. This, that, and that. So they can't even do it at the university if they wanted. The university commission had to approve this after. And I'm saying, get your student union leader. In fact, I told the gentleman that I want to see your student union leader. I wanted to instigate them. That you need to do a LUTA. They need to change this, your curriculum. Because when you graduate, there is no job.
Even as a lawyer.
Yes. That how can you have a university degree these days that is not teaching AI skills, is not teaching digital skills for self-employment in a country where you have a dying industry? So they're going to come out. In Nigeria, a lawyer cannot advertise, right?
Yes.
So those who are coming out of the university with law degree, they're already condemned to suffer for 5, 6, 7 years at 50,000 naira a month job. Some of them are taking 50,000. I was shocked to be told that.
Yes.
But if they learn how to become self-employed digitally online, I was telling the dean himself started to show interest. I said, listen, do you know that there are websites you go to right now, offer your services that you write brief that you're going to use ChatGPT to do anyway, and they pay you as much as $750, $500. Why shouldn't the fresh graduates be able to be engaged in that? Nobody taught them. Do they know they can use their skills to be able to write articles, legal articles? There are people all over the world wanting that on freelancing sites globally. So they are not looking inwards for a job. They already have a global market of billions of people. Giving advice on divorce. They're all over the freelancing sites. Something as simple as, I will give you seven things to worry about when you want to divorce. $5. You already wrote it. Somebody pay you, send them the book. Or you send them the article of 1 page.
Dude, this is so easy for you. What you say?
That's not because I've been involved in it since 2005 or whatever. But I actually got my own breakthrough that I call Mega Breakthrough the month I did the $430,000 sale, which is November 2016.
Over 400 million naira now.
Yes.
Wow.
In 1 month, on one. So that's when I consider my breakthrough. I've been making some money here and there before 2016, but I consider myself to have entered the elite market in November 2016. Because from that 2016, for almost an 18-month period, I was doing over $100,000 a month. Easy.
So, doctor, if someone quits his 9 to 5 now,
yes,
and want to pay you for your mentorship, is there a guarantee for him in 3 years?
No. My one-on-one coaching program is $10,000. It comes with a guarantee. And it's even 60 days.
60 days. Okay.
60 days. If 60 days after the 60-day coaching, that is 120 days now, you don't make double what you paid me, I'll refund your full money 100%.
Guys,
I'll put it in writing. We put it in writing, and I've never had to refund any.
Wow.
Because what it takes to succeed is not hard. It's the accountability, the consistency I just told you about, the focus. Because if you paid me, that 60 days you're going to sign the contract. That everything I tell you to do every week, you're going to do it, or my guarantee doesn't hold.
Okay.
So on day one, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. We're going to agree what is the niche you want. You will tell me. I will show you what you need to pick a niche. You will pick the niche. I will help you. I will show you what you need to create a product in your niche. And I will make sure you create it because I'm going to give you an assignment. I'm going to teach you how to launch your product.
Wow.
In 1 week. Then I will make you launch it. So during your training, even you will make that $10,000 back. That's the way I always structure it, because I do mostly for software, but now I'm opening to everything. So you find out that in that your 60-day period, my goal is to help you make 20K now, because you pay me 10K. And I'm saying that is the easiest. If you are doing what they tell you. So you are talking years. Digital business don't take years. But most people do not do what it takes. It's why it takes years. How hard can it be to pick a niche? No, seriously. It's 7 pillars to success. Let me break it down for 7.
Okay.
First pillar, have the correct mindset that you're in business.
Okay.
I give that one we even do for a whole week. I walk you through some of this stuff I've been talking about. You have to get up in the morning, dress up, and go and sit down. You have to do have accountability. I tell you all of that. That's pillar number 1 that most people don't have. Have the correct mindset. Pillar number 2, pick the correct profitable niche. Because you are going online, you have to pick a profitable niche. Don't just pick a niche because you like it. So I'll give you the criteria to pick a profitable niche. Then I'll make you pick one. That's pillar number 2. Pillar number 3 is that if you're a digital person online, you need to have your own product that you're selling. So I will do the training for you. We brainstorm it together. We agree on the first 3 products you have to create. And then we create it over the next 2 weeks. Nothing complicated. Is it a book that is complicated, or is it a course that is complicated? No, it's not complicated. We tell ChatGPT to give us outline. Give us outline. We even tell it to write it out for you. Your job is to get on video and drop it.
Yeah.
Finish. So you create your product. Pillar number 4 is creating a funnel, which is probably one of the most important. A funnel to maximize your customers. And everybody has seen a funnel, just don't know what that's what to see. Where they give you something free, immediately you download it, they direct you to a page and say one special offer. You order that, you say before you go, something else. So you will create a funnel for you. A basic one, maybe a 4-page funnel, just 4 pages, that you can create in a week. We tell you what it is, we show you where to go create it, and you create it and supervise it to submit it. Pillar number 5, how to launch your products online. Just like everything online, when you create a mama, even Mama Lati start to sell rice, they will have a thing that where they will tell everybody, come, let us open house, Abi. When you open your law firm, you invite all your friends, you launch it. It's called launching. So online, we help you launch your business. That's pillar number 5. How do you do the launch? And I'm a master of launch. I told you guys, it's what I do most best, how to launch your product. Because I've launched many. I just told you the first one might be 430 cards, but I've done one of 200, I've done one of 300, I've done one of 100. And I've also had launches that failed. So I know what to look for. So we teach you how to launch your product. That's pillar number 5. All of this in the 60-day period. Then pillar number 6, and then we teach you how to do list building and email marketing, the most profitable part of digital business. I'm sure you don't have a mailing list. Do you have a mailing list?
I used to.
Then you're wondering why you are not driving that Pajero yet. See, mailing list, because mailing list is your money. Mailing lists are people who willingly join your list. Many of us have a list on WhatsApp. You have people following you on WhatsApp.
Yes.
You have lists following you on Facebook. How do you turn those into a mailing list where you can then promote stuff to and get money every day? That's called list building and email marketing. That's pillar number 6. Then pillar number 7 is how to use social media to make money from what you do. Finish. I will help you implement that in 60 days.
You're showing a lot of information here.
No, it's okay. I want to share it because there's no secret here. I wish I can give you. I want to give away of one of my books, but I don't even know the URL of it. But I'll give it to you. You can offer it to
Yes, I'll put on the link of this.
Yeah, I'll give you a link. I'll give them the book, Confessions of a Guru Wannabe. Okay. The reason why I'm giving you that is anybody wants to make money online, there are some automatic mistakes you will make that might slow down your progress over the next 6 months to 2 years or 3 years because you don't know better. Like the shiny penny syndrome, all that stuff. So when you read that my book, you see all the mistakes I made. It's a very real book. I tell you all the mistakes I made. I'm the Guru Wannabe, so I call it Confessions of a Guru Wannabe. All the mistakes I made while I was trying to hustle myself to make it, and what I finally did to fix them. So you can learn from my mistakes so that you eliminate the natural mistakes that everybody wants to do business online make. I'll give you that. And then you can share it with your people.
Wow, Doctor, somebody wants to connect with you on this. Somebody's watching this video, want to connect with you. They want to have access to your mentorship, your programs.
My mentorship is 10,000.
Yes, they can afford it. How can they get
I don't know when this program is going live, but what I did say is that I started out with saying I'm going to mentor 60 people for a year. Now it has grown to like 400 because people won't let me close that list. I left it open till Sunday midnight tomorrow. If you miss that, then you can't really get a free mentorship from me because I'm also a business person. I have to eat, right? So you can contact me. And my phone number is on my Facebook page. It's 402-208-0089. It's a US number. So it's not secret. This is the number right here, just in case you think. But don't call me. I don't answer phone. You send me WhatsApp. I respond to everybody. If your WhatsApp makes sense, I will respond to you. 402-208-0089. And we can talk. If you need a one-on-one coaching, contact me, like I said, and I'm not joking, it's $10,000 for 60 days. Comes with a money-back guarantee. I also have group coaching every once in a while. That may not be as that much. So when we talk, you can see. But more importantly, I just encourage you, follow my Netpreneur Hangout series every Thursday. We have it 4 p.m. Nigerian time, where I just do a free teaching. That's what I'm going back to, like a 2-hour thing. It's what I was doing in those years that I was doing very well. I need to go back to that, and I'm going to be providing some great value for it. And of course, check out fishforlife.ng. That's the project I'm pushing for the next 3 years. I've committed the next 3 years of my life to that. You're going to learn a lot, and if possible, you might join our Facebook group. It's free. That way you can learn. We always even put the recording of my training there. So even if you are not part of the main group, you can still follow us by watching the recording. I hope that gives you everything.
Yeah, this is it. Doctor, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. I give you all the time you needed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.